Welcome on in, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh my god, chat is bumping tonight. We got Delos, Heron, SaberX Slash. Welcome on in. Subi, Heron. I believe there was someone who followed. Kyle Gamer. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Welcome to live chat. I really appreciate it. We got Pseudowolf, Emerald, Locke, Domestic Crumpet, Atomica. Glad to have you all here. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if oh. The Dusty, thank you. Oh my god, thank you for tier 3 subscription for 5 months.
Happy birthday, Starkey.
Oh my god, happy birthday. It's not my birthday, that was 2 months ago. But thank you for, oh my god, 5 months of tier 3 subscription. Good god. Stream's about to be haunted. Apparently Atomica's played this before because I don't know what to expect. But yeah, we're starting up Arches, which I'm gonna go ahead and hop back into the call. And I'll give you the content warning there. Let me go ahead and hop over to the gameplay.
I think it's in the game.
Oh, hello. Oh, that's right. I need to move Chill. Chill, where are you? Where's your paying YouTuber?
Big Marsh.
Oh god, Marsh is huge.
Marsh is... okay, yeah, you are correct. Marsh Beeg.
Why is March macro?
We shrink the
Big.
bear. Actually, you know what? Marsh is probably smaller than
Yeah,
Oliver.
He does have to be canonical height. We just
March is small.
There we go. This is the 6 foot versus 5'11".
oh my god.
Well, come on in,
Just
Naughty.
Starkey, for the love of God, please move that. Please move down so I don't have to see Starkey morph underneath you.
Okay, fine. Hold up, where am I?
Also, you're blocking chat just a little bit.
Just a little.
There we go.
For the love of God, stop blocking chat. I'm looking at chat. No, I'm kidding.
Well, come on in, Waylon. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Okay, so shout out for Wayland. Welcome on in, Dracofeb. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Shout out for Wayland. Naughty, yeah, welcome on in. Hopefully you're Naughty. I think you say you were going to. I can't remember where you're going to, but hopefully you're having a good time. Yeah, they're on vacation to some European location. I can't remember. It's
somewhere in Europe.
It's Amsterdam. Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah.
My brain couldn't think of. My brain was just like, yeah, the place with the weed. You're in Budapest? Okay. Never mind. Apparently Marsh is more up to date about your location than I am, Naughty. It was a layover in Amsterdam. Okay.
Where's Budapest?
Isn't that in Hungary?
I've got no clue.
Budapest, Hungary.
Alright, I think the game
Okay.
still might be a
Yes.
little bit loud. Let me go and turn it down ever so slightly.
Fuck, I love this.
Who's this Gary and why is he hung?
My
Sorry.
God. You see, it's hung because they went to Gary, Indiana. I did
Oh.
driving back from MFF, I went through Gary, Indiana, and the entire time I was there, my brain was just like replaying that meme from fucking Elden Ring, where it's like, it's just Caelid, but instead of being labeled Caelid, it's Gary, Indiana, and I'm like, yeah, that's about
Yeah.
right.
Ohio.
A land full of decay and murder. Yeah, that's just Gary, Indiana. Also, welcome on in, Coolcast. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Joe's a voyeur. Joe's watching us act natural. Wait, what? Oh, because I said I was looking at chat.
Watch his chat.
It feels weird that I'm bigger than Mars.
Has the thing popped up yet?
Has what thing popped up? Oh, it is not.
Okay.
Oh, right.
It was on a 15-minute timer. I've been streaming for 13
13
minutes.
13 minutes.
So it should basically, the thing we're talking about is there's going to be a 15-minute timer that just gives a general content warning. Because apparently this visual novel, mad fucked up.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Mad fucked up.
Absolutely, it is.
and us stopping to be like, okay, content warning would really
God damn it!
mess with the
Leo!
flow of the.
What the hell are you doing?
This is like maybe Leo's fault.
Leo! God
This is
damn
like
it,
this is a
God damn
continuation
it,
from
God
a
damn
like a
it,
timeline that
God
we
damn it.
didn't see in the original.
Oh yeah, we
Echoes.
could stream it. We could pin it.
We can pin it.
Yeah. I
Pin
think
it
people
content?
can comment.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah, let me go ahead and
Oh,
copy.
right.
Let me go ahead and copy the text I had. Yeah, that's actually
can
quite
do that.
smart.
I forgot pinning as a thing.
Yeah, that's thank you, Twitch, for adding that actually extremely useful feature. So this is the content warning. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
it's-
Cool Cats, Jesus. Cool Cats
Yeah,
is on the
it's
ball.
Like,
Okay. Then I can come in to mixed up
Let's
bot
swim more.
and turn it off. I don't fucking know. That was all the things that Marsh could think of.
Valid.
There could have very realistically be more fucked up shit to come.
No, it's valid.
AO pinning. Delos DMs afterwards.
Oh my god, Dale's. Dale's funny. Dale's funny. I know you're lying, but goddamn, calm down.
Okay, wait. So
Just because you're lying doesn't mean you have to pin everything.
I'm pretty sure. Is that also part of the is that part of the Lion Sona contract you sign?
I mean, have you seen The Lion King? When Simba and Nala are just pinning each other to the ground?
You know what? That's fair.
At this point, yeah. I think it is.
Welcome on in, Carl. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, let's. So you said there was something you wanted to do before we got started, right, Marsh? Or was that just to make
Click
sure?
on Cam.
Click on. Cam is the bear, right?
No, Cam is the
It's the Yoke.
bear.
Oh. What?
Side story time.
We have a prologue.
Oh. Hello.
It's the
I
lad.
love their design so much. They're gonna fucking go through hell on earth. Okay, so you're gonna make which one of us is gonna be Cam? I can't remember.
I'm Cam, but
Okay.
you're probably better as the narrator, right?
Okay. They can't touch you. They can't hurt you. At least not in the physical way. Mentally, it's a different story, which makes sense because all of this is mental. I was messed up way before the thing I saw in my trailer, which might explain why I saw it. But it was me continuing to see it that traumatized me. I never knew when I was going home to an empty trailer, or a trailer with a raincoat monster inside. Eventually, I was able to realize that it didn't really notice me, yes. The first time, it definitely wanted to make its presence known to me. These days, it just kind of pops up every now and then, and it's really just a cardboard cutout of a spooky character from a horror movie. Yeah, it's still startling when it's at the foot of your bed at 2 a.m., but you'll learn to live with it. Soon, the cardboard raincoat monster with claws became a man who would walk around our kitchen. He was angry, cursing, throwing stuff around, but I was okay with all of it because he never noticed me. Couldn't say the same thing about the next thing, though. And that was another flat-faced creature, but this one moved around on all fours with its elbows and legs at an angle like a spider. He would crawl onto my bed, over my face, and whisper things at me. That's when it became really hard. Things finally broke down after the first time I tried ketamine. For most of my teenage years, I was a weed and opioid kind of guy. Not like heroin or anything, but a pill every now and then to go with the weed so I could really chill. My friend, well, he really loved the stuff that was a bit more intense. Stuff that really made you feel something, or nothing at all. Which is what he promised me before I took it. You'll feel nothing but calm. And then, while I was sitting in my friend's living room, a bear broke through the window. He had on a ski mask, and he had a gun, and I screamed, and I ran, and I called 911. And, of course, it wasn't real. I was so out of it, actually, that I thought I was watching someone else do all of that. I'm not friends with that guy anymore, but it was a turning point for me. I knew drugs made these hallucinations worse. I knew that the longer I stayed in one place, the more they appeared. And I knew they weren't real. I knew because why was there a creature with a foot-long claws and a raincoat that stood 10 feet tall? Well, I'm going to bet such a thing never existed in that trailer. I'm going to bet nothing like it ever existed at all. I created it, and it follows me, and I ignore it, even though it's starting to get weirdly insistent. Marsh.
You're Devin.
Oh, I'm Devin? Okay.
Yeah, I'm Cam.
You alright, babe? Dev somehow already had his shirt off. Little eager, huh? I don't answer the question as I slide my shirt over my head and immediately Dev's paws go to feeling out my sides. He's a little buzzed, so I don't think this is really going anywhere. We just wanted to get away from the party. We wandered around the little forest next to the house. Dev was looking for orbs or something. It started raining, so we ran to the car and decided to wait for Jason to come out so we could leave. Hopefully soon, because this thing, stands outside the windows. It's aware of us. I don't like that, even to this day. Is there someone out there or something? Dev looks behind us, right at the creature, and a chill runs down my back as he stares face to face with it. It's grinning at him with its sharp teeth and stooped over deeply because it's too tall. But as usual, Dev doesn't react. That's because he's normal. Are you seeing things again, Cam? Just because you told me it stopped doesn't mean it might not come back. You'd really like that, wouldn't you?
No, things are ghost-free.
Well, whatever you think they are you seeing things again? I sigh deeply.
I mean, it never goes away. It's just better sometimes compared to other times.
Dev rubs his bare arm, his big chest heaving, then shuddering as I run my paws up his pecs, squeezing them. I don't want to get you upset, but I close my eyes, waiting to be upset. Welcome on into it. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. He already knows I don't like him treating me like I'm some psychic. I'm just a stupid kid that sees horrible, useless things. But would you at least tell me if you see something that might be important to me? I blink, thinking, then realize what, or rather, who he's talking about.
Oh, well, yeah. Of course I would. It's just that I don't really see people. Just things. And not good things.
Dev has gone a bit quiet as I rub down his stomach, playing with the fur and thick layers that come naturally to bears, something that I like. I feel weird doing this while waiting for our friend. I mean, it's our car, but we're both 25 and acting like it just can't wait. We gotta do this before we go home. Usually Dev just like to be intimate like this, where he can just feel me, but he only grunts as I tentatively open his fly. He doesn't stop me, so I keep going. Well, you know, I was supposed to visit Echo today, but Larry had some problems or whatever, so now we're at this shitty party, and it's gonna be months before I have a chance again. It's all good, cool cats. I don't expect anyone to put themselves in an emotionally unstable place just to be here. You need to take a break. I completely understand. Well, come on in, Kieran. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. I shrug, wanting to keep the conversation light.
I've seen worse. Parties, I mean.
Next time, I'm not bringing Larry. It's just gonna be me and whoever else wants to go. I nod for him to go on. Dev sighs in a frustrated way that has his chest expanding against me again. He pulls my paws from his crotch and he holds me, just pressing our bodies together. Welcome on, Insider. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Obviously, I want you to go, but I don't want you to feel like some kind of tool or something I'm just using. I think it could be a good experience for all of us. I stare back at him.
Didn't, like, 10 people die or something?
Well, not that, but how things will change if we see something.
And what does that mean?
That there's something more. There's somewhere to go after we die. I think hard, trying to choose my words carefully.
But how do we know that? Seeing something doesn't really mean anything. I've learned that over time.
Sorry about that. Just... Dev sighs, not really annoyed, just tired. Probably having a hard time thinking straight on the alcohol. I just need your help for a few days. I want to know. I need to know where she is. Nowhere. She's dead, so she's nowhere. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this. It's such a bad idea, but this is important for Dev. It always has been. So now that he's finally asking me to go, I can only say...
Of course.
He grins and lets out a breath, like he's relieved. I had no idea he was this tense about it, though I guess my reactions to previous comments about the town told him I wasn't exactly a fan of going. But I can stand a few days of discomfort if Dev finds his answer, which I really, really hope he does. Thank you.
No problem, man.
I try not to jump, because just as I said that, for the first time in my life, I see cardboard creature move.
What a fucking what the first one I'm opening.
Okay.
There's
So
the prequel.
fucking, so fucking good.
I'll be honest, from the way he's describing it, it almost reads to me less like psychic and more like, you know, schizophrenic, unfortunately.
We'll see.
And I guess, yeah, we will see. Start up. Didn't know there was a prologue. Also, welcome on in. I think I saw Silicon Bunny. Welcome on in. Yeah, that was a prologue.
Yeah, they never really advertised it. They just snuck it in there.
Run. Running was something he was always good at. He was always the fastest in his class. Just last year, he came in second in the 200-meter dash at the state track meet. Just 8 months ago, a coach from University of Pueblo approached him about joining the track and field team after graduation. Just last month, he realized he was the fastest freshman on the team. Just last week, he started to hang out with older men who could get him into Pueblo's gay bars. Just 3 days ago, one of these men spiked his drink. Just 2 days ago, he woke up in restraints. Just yesterday, he was being tortured. Just 10 minutes ago, he escaped. But now, he's realizing that it doesn't matter. Everywhere he looks is only burning desert. There's no one. His attempts to scream for help matter even less because his voice is broken. He can barely wheeze after what the man did to him, and now his empty, droning sounds are being swallowed up by the desert. All the while, the heavy steps scraping through the gravel behind him keep coming. The man isn't in a hurry at all. Running was something he was always good at, but now, when it matters most, he can't do it. The fastest freshman at a D10 university is no faster than an old druggie. He definitely would have been if he'd eaten anything over the past 3 days. If his ribs weren't broken, if he could see straight. The man had given him something. He told him it was for the pain, but the pain is still there, and now he can't even stand. His balance is shot, and he keeps stumbling until he's just crawling on all fours. It's now that he realizes the man had let him get away on purpose. This makes him realize something else. He's going to die. Tired from the drug, from the past 3 days of constant fear and torture, and from trying to run, he collapses. He lays there in dirt, sobbing even though tears don't come out. He'd run out of those after all the things the man did to him. The light above is blinding. He wonders if this is God. His mother is a devout Catholic, and even though he never believed, he promises his light that he'll become a believer right here and now if it saves him. The crunching gravel footsteps get closer. I need to go. His voice is still ragged and hoarse. The footsteps come even closer. I have a meet. There's a childish, high-pitched laugh.
I think I must have hit you one too many times. All you do is talk about your fucking track bullshit now.
The huge form moves closer.
You know, that shit doesn't matter no more, right?
His chest aches with overwhelming sadness and despair. And it's not just because he's about to die. It's because his mom won't know what happened to him. And it's because the last text message he saw from her said, "Love you, bug," with 10 hearts and kissing emojis. At the time, he just rolled his eyes and didn't respond. He thought he'd be able to do that next day or the day after that. After he'd been kidnapped, the man took his phone and sat it on the counter. It sat there and buzzed over and over with messages, and his kidnapper only laughed when he asked to at least read them. Now the tears just flow as the man leans over him with something heavy in his paw. He hopes his mom is right about God. He hopes he can see her from the other side. Just so he can respond somehow. But there's nothing.
I just say one thing about that is the most chilling about it.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they said they didn't respond to their mom's last text, which to me is the most chilling part of that, because like that's such a real fear that people can have. Like even myself is like you wonder if someone's text will be the last thing you hear from them, and if you don't respond, that'll be the last thing they'll never hear back from you. It's so fucking scary to me, and I love that fear.
We're starting off strong. We're starting off very strong. Ooh, boy. Welcome on in, Dirkson. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. So, was that like a glimpse into the future, or was that someone else Brian killed?
That was just someone else.
Okay.
Someone
That's
else.
just- yeah.
Shit. Cameron holds on to the seat tightly. The coyote's teeth are rattling together with every pothole they hit. His boyfriend Devin doesn't seem bothered at all. The bear's paw on the wheel with an elbow hanging out the window. I feel like I've read this before. Maybe in a different game. He had been singing loudly to the music playing through the car's Bluetooth speaker, and it wasn't until cell phone service was lost that Devin finally seemed to notice Cameron's unease. You alright, babe?
I think you could go a little slower.
What? Cameron raises his voice, yelling over the rattling interior.
Go slower!
Why? This is the kind of terrain this baby was built for.
Okay, but
Cameron's voice bounces as they hit another deep groove in the destroyed road.
we don't know what's around any of these bends. What if it just drops off and we go down a ravine or something?
That's what the roll bars are for, honey.
And I'm pretty sure I'm about to chip a tooth.
Can't believe that's what the roll bars are for, honey. Oh my god. Oh.
What else are they good for?
Oh, Devin, you're. I'm getting a little bit of Leo vibes, ever so slight.
That's insulting. No, I'm kidding.
That's insulting to Devin.
How dare?
Yeah. How dare you compare them to Leo?
You've gotten one line out of Devin, and you're like, oh, Leo.
Oh, it's Leo 2.0, guys. Why should I already complaining at Starkey's opinions?
To be fair, the two of you are up to date. The two of you know what happens.
Well, Marsh is more update than I am.
After the bullshit that happened in Echoes, I'm trying to fucking emotionally prepare for fucking devastation. Goddamn.
It's like,
Well, then
it's
keep
like
reading.
I need comedy,
God
guys.
damn it!
Comedy.
Leo!
Comedy.
What the hell
Ha
are
ha
you doing?
ha! Comedy.
Leo! 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 God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it!
There will come a day where I will need to replace the Leo redeem, and it will be sad. Because that will be like the passing of an era. Oh.
Passing of the torch.
Yeah, I'll have to pass on to someone else. Oh, come on. You gotta admit there's something nice about feeling the road. Cameron doesn't respond and goes on clutching at his seat. Devin does slow down a bit, though, more carefully maneuvering around the most broken up parts of the road.
What happened to the road anyway? It's only been, what, 5 years?
Flash floods, according to what I read online. Obviously, no one's around for upkeep, so this is what happens.
Oh, yeah. I forgot how this state works. Dry as hell until the wall of watery death comes down the road during monsoon season.
The coyote tenses up as the bear makes another smooch, but still sudden turn. Another smooth but sudden turn, but still sudden turn.
And it's even hotter than I remember.
How are you a coyote, Cameron? This is your climate.
You know better than to say that. Just because I'm built for it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah, but you hated it in Fort Allen too.
It doesn't get ungodly hot there, though. I can at least deal with it.
Oh, I accidentally left-clicked. Right-clicked. Well, the transfer to Bonneville City is looking good, so you won't have to deal with it much longer. Cameron shrugs.
Milder weather would be nice, I guess.
Devin grins. Nicer weather, nicer scenery, and nicer people.
Everyone's a Mormon.
Which is why they're nice. It looks at the game. Really looks at it.
The ones living down here aren't.
There's a big difference between fundamentalist and the...
Normal ones? The ones that baptize dead people and wear Jesus jammies under their clothes?
Dev shrugs. Most religions are weird when you break them down like that.
I'm just saying, whether it's magic garments or prairie dresses, they came from the same fucked up place.
Devin doesn't say anything, and Cameron realizes how bitchy he sounds right now.
Sorry. I just worry how they might look at us. It's harder to gauge people when they're all fake nice.
Yeah, that's true. But look. Dev nods his head towards Cameron's window, and the coyote follows his gaze. The rocky, uneven landscape has opened up to a wide expanse of blue. That's like Emma, which means Echo is... Bear looks ahead, and the first thing that Cameron sees is... Oh, get the moose, thank you for the tier 1 sub!
Starkey
17 heart, Starkey 17 heart,
out of the
Starkey
road!
17 heart.
Holy shit! But what's a moose doing in the middle of Echo? Are they crashing into Lake Emma? We just breathe the fucking the car crashing into the lake scene from Echo.
Oh God.
Yeah, welcome on in. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Starkey 17 heart, yeah. I don't know why that was so loud. I'll go ahead and give a shout out for Biff. The bear looks ahead, and the first thing that Cameron sees is a tall, rusty sign with letters on the top that he can't quite read from this distance. Below it is a small, shabby building, and beyond it are a few smaller, even shabbier buildings. Cameron wasn't sure what he'd feel like when he first saw the town. If the coyote really is what Devin thinks he is, then right now he'd feel all the awful, evil things that supposedly happened here. Those small, rundown buildings should be exuding the memories of their past, which would then be projected into his mind. But Cameron feels nothing. Of course, he kind of knew this would be the case, but he'd never been to a place that was famously haunted. Not like Echo, anyway. So he worried just a little bit. Dev asked him in the past to go on his amateur paranormal investigations, all because the coyote could see things. To remind Dev, the proper word was hallucinate. The things he saw were manifested by his own mind. There was no reason for him to give it fuel by going someplace supposedly haunted. Dev got the message pretty quickly and stopped asking. They still talked about all those interests he had, though, and Cameron realized there was a lot more to Devin's interest in ghosts than just dumb fun. And even though he'd refused to entertain Devin's psychic bullshit, the bear still took care of him. He'd done so much for the coyote that Cameron was embarrassed to think about it sometimes. So, when Dev got his chance to go to the place he'd wanted to go the most, Cameron decided oh my god. Cameron decided that he had to go as well. I'm having a day of
Had
it.
to give it to him.
Yeah.
Starkey, Do you have sugar? Your brain might be running low.
That's fair.
Get a.
I got honey in this tea.
I just love the idea of just Dev's just driving, and all of a sudden, the corner of his eye, he looks over it. And Cam's just doing it to him.
I'll just go ahead and
Just
like double down the honey in the remainder of this tea. Hopefully get the brain glucogen up.
oh god, be careful. A lot of honey in one thing is not good.
What are you talking about? It's
Well,
just
taste-wise, it's not good.
I mean,
Personally, at least,
that's fair.
because honey just like it'll mainline the entire drink, if that makes sense.
Mainline the entire drink.
It I don't know how else to describe it. Overpowers.
Overpower.
I
That's
should- Listen, I didn't know. How to get the...
he's doing this for Dev to show him appreciation for everything that Dev had done for him. Still, Devin had been trying to make this seem more like a vacation of sorts, like Cameron wouldn't be doing any investigations at all. He would need to talk to the bear and let him know that he was willing to do this for real, at least within reason. He also needed to tell him why he didn't like doing this, and that part might be hard.
It doesn't look so bad. For a ghost town, I mean.
Looks can be deceiving. Hang on, gotta pull over for a sec.
Why?
Wait, what do you mean why, honey? Can't you see the coyote up ahead who's pissing? The ghost of Janice still haunts this town, pissing as she pleases. Want to scout out the lake for a bit before dark, and I also got to take a massive leak. Why is it always piss? Why?
You can
Because
never
Halby
escape.
wrote it.
You can never escape piss, Sharky.
Something, something, something. The author's a barely hidden fetish. There she stands, pissing eternally. Also, welcome on in, Drift King. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Why hasn't someone made one of those like statues? You know, like the statues, the water that comes through, and it's like constantly. It looks like it's like pissing, but it's of Janice. How hasn't someone made that yet?
Gotta go get that ash. Cameron tries not to sigh, just wanting to get into the town so he can be sure that he doesn't feel anything. To really make sure that there's nothing to be worried about. Cameron, you poor fool. You have everything to be worried about. Didn't you see the prologue?
I don't know what you're talking about, Starkey. God.
He isn't worried about ghosts, but rather his own brain and what it might do. The road becomes smoother and newer looking as they pull up to the lake. Oh my god, they got transitions. Yo, this is the future. They were trying to turn this reservoir into a recreational spot right when it all happened. They both get out, Cameron stretching his legs gratefully.
That's too bad. It kind of looks nice.
Yeah, this place has had a long string of bad luck. I fucking love these character designs so goddamn much. They're just so cute and fluffy.
Naughty asked, who is Janice? Janice is a character from Echo, famous for having a scene that appears in every single route where she's pissing by the side of the road.
It is the only absolute in Echo, is that in all of the routes, Janice pisses.
Also, Jenna goes in the sink.
Yeah, Jenna does go into the sink in all the routes as well.
Yeah. And there's also Kudzu.
Kazu's not in every route.
Well, no, Kudzu is into piss.
Oh yeah, that's, yeah.
Wait, does Janice go into the sink in Carl's route?
You mean Jenna?
Or yeah, does Jenna go into the sink in Carl's route?
No, she doesn't, because Chase is already in
Yeah.
the house.
So the only absolute is that Janice pisses.
Damn.
Even
Yeah, piss queen.
the single most important aspect of the continuity. There are fixed spots of the timeline. In all of them, Janice pisses. Piss is absolute.
Piss is
What?
absolutely.
Bad luck is one way to put it.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna pee. Oh my god, I love the dopey grin. God damn it. He's so fucking cute.
The power of Paint Fox. The power of Paint Fox.
Paint Fox did fucking amazing with these.
These
sprites.
designs are so good. Dev waddles away, clearly having held it until he almost couldn't anymore. Cameron shakes his head, remembering all the rest stops they passed on the interstate. With a sigh, Cameron leans up against the Jeep, staring out across the lake. This really isn't bad at all so far. Sure, they weren't in the town yet, but all those dreams he had, all those terrible feelings, they seem silly now. It's just a small former town with a sad history. If his brain was going to manifest something out of this, that something would just be sad. Cameron knows that his hallucinations aren't real. He's known that since he was a kid, after he first saw a monster in a raincoat in his trailer home. He also knows that ghosts aren't real either, but Devin believes. Or at least wants to believe. He wants it so badly, and he thinks Cameron can see them. Cameron knows there's something extremely perverse and wrong about this disorder being used like this. Devin is also aware of this. Painfully aware. To the point that Cameron was able to tell days in advance that he was going to ask about taking him on this trip. And yeah, this is wrong. But the bear doesn't even think Cameron is mentally ill, or at least that's how it comes off to the coyote. Devin doesn't understand how it feels to struggle with reality, with the feeling that at any moment you could lose it. That isn't his fault. Most people have a solid perception of reality, like a normal person should, and they take it for granted. That and Cameron never really told him what it was like, so how could he understand? He told him a little bit, but he'd always been worried in the back of his mind that Dev would leave if he told him everything. So Dev took those snippets of insight into Cameron's psyche and somehow interpreted it as him being gifted. It had been over 5 years at this point, and Dev had seen Cameron at his worst, at his absolute craziest, and somehow he'd stuck around and still believed the coyote was just a normal guy with some personal issues. Cameron hugs himself a little tighter, realizing that now is the time to really talk about it. And then, after this, they can go have a fresh start in Bonneville. Phew, I'm at least 3 pounds lighter after that.
You know, well, I don't mind taking a piss in the wilderness. I'm not doing anything more than that.
Oh, hey, dude, thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. Welcome to Lab Internship. Enjoy the ad review and the emotes. You probably want to give that one another read because it got interrupted by the...
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I don't mind taking a piss in the wilderness. I'm not doing anything more than that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping there was a porta potty or two around here, but it looks like we'll have to dig some holes.
Dev!
Whoa, just kidding, babe. We can drive to the rest stop.
Mm.
God, I fucking love these two. What's wrong? Would lowering the sub-volume be appropriate for this stream? Probably.
How do you do that?
Well, I would have to go into Mixed Up Bot is the problem. Events. Which... yeah, I would have to have...
How about you guys just don't sub? Just don't do it.
Just don't sub,
don't do
forehead.
Yeah, just stop, for God's sake. No.
Please tell me Dev has some hand sanitizer in his pocket. Okay.
That's fine.
Let me just look at this face. Look at the zero thoughts that are happening behind those closed eyes. The man has never heard the concept of hand sanitizer. No, he does not have hand sanitizer.
Well, he's not dumb.
He's not dumb. That was actually incredibly smart, but you'll see.
Stop subbing and start doming, chat. Oh no.
Oh my God, Delos,
Haunting.
stop it with the lion energy.
Okay, let me go and put my tea glass on the ground, so that way it's not on my desk and covering bullshit up.
Be careful, it might spill.
Oh, I emptied it. There is no tea
Oh,
anymore.
Be careful, you might break it.
Welcome on in, Tydell. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. The coyote pauses, trying to get into the mindset this sure to be uncomfortable conversation is going to require.
Just give me a sec.
Cameron sees the bear's demeanor change instantly. Oh, okay. But while I'm giving you that sec, I'm sorry for teasing you and being all gross. I know this isn't really what you want to, where you want to be right now, and I was just trying to lighten the mood. And you know it's because I love you.
Jesus Christ, stop!
Devin goes quiet and swallows, the sound comically audible. There's a pause, and though Cameron tries to keep a straight face, the tension just seems to break on its own.
I would much rather hear you make poop jokes than act like that.
What? Considerate?
Sort of. You are considerate, just not in that weird, anxious way.
Well, sue me for trying to be careful. I just don't want to say something stupid and... Cameron cuts the bear off, not wanting to put this off any longer.
Just listen. Let me talk for a minute. I know you haven't said it, but let's just get it out in the open that I know you want me to be here for more than just company. I'm not that stupid.
Oh.
And I just want to say that I don't think this is a good idea because what I have is a mental disorder, not an ability.
I know. I shouldn't think of it that way, but I researched it and I just think it lines up with you having a mental... Dev cuts himself off as Cameron sighs deeply.
Please, don't.
I'm sorry. Dev once again stops short as Cameron holds up his paw.
But what is important is this helps you, whether I think it's real or not. You've done a lot for me, and I want to be able to do something for you.
No. What I think doesn't matter. What's more important is...
So, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be your psychic for the weekend.
Wait, really?
Dev, I'm not spending the whole time role-playing like we're having a good, innocent time in that murder town.
But... I don't want to make you do something you don't...
Oh, I want to. I might not like it, but I want to do it. If only for you.
Welcome on in, Golden Toast. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Wait, excuse me. Oh, god damn it. The fucking warning message got unpinned.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no. So for people who just let me go, I guess go back and grab it and then actually properly pin it this time.
Is it not?
I guess I only pinned it for 20 minutes as opposed to pinning it indefinitely.
Yeah, but I also don't see it showing up in the every 15
Chat.
minutes.
Oh yeah, I turned that off. Pin manually unpinned. So yeah, this game has in massive air quotes themes. A mod pinned it last time. Yeah, Cats pinned it last time. Thank you for the shout out for Golden Toast. Yeah. So this game gets heavy, very very heavy. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that, which is fucking up. So I don't know what's going on. That's fair. I can't hear, only see chat. Fair. Anyways, back to the game. General reminder. This game is gonna fucking pull some horse shit, and it's gonna be suffering. And rest in peace, my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel.
Oh, I've streamed it.
Okay,
fine.
fair.
Dirk streamed it, so that's 2 people that have streamed it.
Yeah.
Also, you might want to. Is it kind of weird? I'm looking at your Twitch thing. There's like a break in between like the bottom of the game screen and like the bottom of your overlay.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. Well, because I guess this one's in 4x3, but I also want the text to be kind of visible. So let me see if I can.
That's true. It would be covered up by crisp and chill.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're saying is I should leave. No kidding.
No, you're fine, chill.
How dare you say that? Grabs you.
Okay, you grab me like this.
Okay. I've made the situation somewhat worse, but it's now clearly visible. The text is visible.
Did you just shrink?
Yes.
Chris, myself, and Mars.
No.
Oh,
That's
well,
the smart way of doing things.
well.
I've dealt with this kind of stuff in real life. It doesn't affect me in the games and movies.
Uh,
Liz, wait, who said that? No, Golden.
That was
Toast,
golden.
Promise. Let me tell you, my man.
The
Even
last
if you've seen it in
game.
the movie, if you've seen it in the movies, it's still worse.
It's yeah. The last game literally had a character being hung in front of us, basically. So
Yeah.
do with that information as you will.
It gets bad.
Why did you assume it was Twist?
I saw yellow and I thought Twiz, but
Yeah.
only to figure out it was orange.
How about The Walking Dead? This is
It's
worse than The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. Listen, The Walking Dead is light.
I had to let motherfuckers through. Yeah, the last game did involve sewing two different people together, literally at the hip.
it was symbolic, but you know.
Fuck out of here! It was symbolic. That shit was as literal as it comes.
It was symbolic. You see the bear. The bear had some thought behind it.
There's a full 3 functioning brain cells behind Brian Echo. But yeah,
Apparently not. He's fucking alive.
so this is we're not saying like, you know, we don't think you can handle it. We're saying that if the shit ever gets too heavy, feel free to take care of yourself and go do something else.
The VOD will always be here if you want to try again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fair to compare the two, but I've seen way darker in Warhammer, let alone 40k. That's, to be fair, that's kind of their, like, selling point.
I want to be honest though. Actually, no, I don't want to start drama. Never mind.
That's fair.
It's like last thing I would do is start drama with Warhammer fans.
Oh, no, that's fun to do.
Starkeep.
Warhammer 40k, the desktop table gameplay, is trash. There we go. Drama's been started.
I was gonna say the lore is mid.
That's more likely to get people up in arms.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I didn't say it until now. I'm gonna die soon, aren't I?
The rabid Warhammer fans are coming for you. Lord, Warhammer fans are coming. Everyone get down.
At least it's half true.
We have to enjoy these moments of levity before the game fucking just repeatedly kicks us all in the testicles.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cam.
Nope. I made my decision. And I'm doing it. But just this once.
If you're sure, but please don't put me ahead of you.
And I did some research on that forum you linked me to a few years back. So my sixth sense is primed and ready.
That seems to finally snap Devin out of his reluctance. Wait, seriously? There were so many people like you on that forum. Did you...
Listen, I want you to find your answers. I really do. But I think the worst thing I could do is lie to make you feel better. I'm going to be completely honest about everything. Whether or not I see something.
Of course, that's what I want.
And that's why you shouldn't be getting your hopes up right now. I'm just telling you that I'm going to try.
The bear stares at Cameron for a few seconds, just smiling.
What?
I'm just glad I met you, and that we're together, and that you're here with me. Devin wraps an arm around Cameron, pulling him into his side as they both lean back against the Jeep. I love these two so much. Oh my god.
I love them. They're my children. I can't say that because Marsh says that all the time.
Listen,
These two are so fucking good. I love them.
listen, these two are so good they deserve 3 gay dads. 2 aren't gay for each other, but just gay distinctly.
Who are just gay in their own right.
3 uniquely gay dads. Gay, homosexual, gay, exactly. But seriously, if you ever feel like, I don't know, you're just not into it, just let me know.
Oh, as long as you're not expecting anything, I think it will be all right.
Yeah. Dev goes on grinning and Cameron narrows his eyes.
Because I'm getting the feeling that you're expecting a lot.
Dev pauses, seeming to think. Well, I'm also happy that you're being more open like this. I'd always felt like you didn't want to talk about it. Cameron also thanks.
Not.
I guess I just didn't want to be told that what I see must mean something, you know?
Oh, I fucking love how they have different ones for the CGs. Oh! I'm sorry.
Vote person. I just noticed the fucking sticker that says a vote person. Yeah, that would get pretty old fast, but since we're talking about it now, does it not? Like, some of the things you mentioned don't make sense, like that raincroak creature, but what about your old friend who, you know...
Got shot in the head. After I hallucinated that, someone shot him in the head.
Yeah, that one.
This is what I'm talking about. You and all of us really like to see meaning in everything. That we have a purpose in life, a reason. Reason, purpose, the meaning of life means nothing to the universe. Everything just is. Whether it has a meaning is up to us. Yes, it's weird that I hallucinated the way he would die, but he was also involved in things that could have led to that. I knew he had been dealing drugs in a really risky way, so I knew his life was in danger. And I was on fucking ketamine. All the reason is there.
Well, Dev shifts around, clearly uncomfortable and trying hard not to look that way. Welcome on in, Dirk. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Shut up for Dirk. Also, Dirk likes your new PNG tuber. Chill. Oh.
Thank you.
I get that, but there's a lot of examples I could bring up.
New Sprite. I'm sorry.
New
I just
Sprite.
realized they said new Sprite. I'm like, oh no, it's for a visual novel.
Out of context of seeing chat talk about pissing, this is something. Chat, why are you doing this to poor cats who can't hear us? I get that, but there's a lot of other examples I could bring up. Maybe it's coincidence, but at some point, don't you have to wonder if maybe it's something else? Cameron sighs.
Of course I have. But what always worries me about this paranormal stuff you're into, the afterlife and all that.
It reminds me of my mom.
That's me. It reminds me of my mom.
Don't mind me.
Devin, how did you know what I was going to say?
Devin just fucking teleports in front of Cameron, T-posing and hovering above the ground. Cameron, you fool, I've been the psychic this entire time!
My move. Shinderu.
Exclusively after I finished pissing.
Now go piss, queen.
Dev doesn't say anything, just waiting and listening.
You know, toward the end, right before I left, she was usually amped up on something to stay awake for her 3 jobs. whether it was amphetamines or meth. She barely slept. And we had this box fan in our trailer. And one day, after she turned it on, she asked me if I could hear someone talk from the fan. I said no, but she sat next to it and listened, and eventually had this huge epiphany that it was God.
Shoot, I'm gonna get a call from my mom.
The timing.
How convenient.
You're back.
Hey, Starkey, I've been looking. I just got this fan recently, but it sounds like it's talking.
Oh my gosh. God, this is such a good song.
Love this song. Oh, it's been so long since I read this. Oh, I'm so excited.
I haven't read this whole thing in like one go, so I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. Well, as long as the updates come. Well, when's the other update? When's the next update coming? It's already out for Patreon, right?
Yes. It should be coming out either this week or next week. I don't know if they'll do this week because of the holidays.
Valid.
I hope that we can keep going until the last update happens, so that
Hopefully.
we can just read this all in one go.
That would be nice.
Because it would be weird to stop and then like stop in the middle, like right at the very end, and then have to wait for the next update to come out.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, oh, well, time for the next one.
Yep, the next update is the final one, Dirk. Last update was the penultimate update. They said they wanted to finish Arches before the year was up.
Finally. Did they?
And I think they did a good job.
So that. It's like, it's just funny to me that the only like finished visual novels from Echo Project right now are Echo, Adastra, and Arches. Soon.
Yeah.
It's like, man, why don't we just? It's like, well, no, I understand. Like, working on a visual novel takes time, a lot of fucking time. So working on all that sort of stuff and hiatuses and stuff, it's just kind of it can be draining. I think Dirk understands this the most. But damn, I just want endings. Yes, I'm writing a visual novel right now. I'm almost done, I swear. Pulls out gun. Finish it now, Dirk. Right now.
Yeah. It is weird to see like these visual novel projects start having endings though.
All right, I've returned. Sorry about that.
There we go.
Figuring out family stuff for the holidays. Trying to schedule just issues because we were gonna go up to see my sister during Christmas, but apparently we're gonna get like a massive storm on Christmas. That would make it difficult for us to straight up like we were planning on driving there, and A, we wouldn't be able to fly it through that storm anyway, but B, even driving there is gonna be unsafe. So trying to figure out
the jet stream's fucking over Christmas for a lot of people in the US.
Yeah, my Christmas plans got canceled too, so.
Okay. It was unfortunate because just like finishing up little Gator game and the way that game ended is just be like I want to make time but also it doesn't, it's conflicting with everything.
Just think the holidays are almost over.
Yeah, and there'll be time later, but
Delos' thing. Son, are you still playing that gay animal game?
my mom
What was it called? What was it called? Little gay game?
My mom does not know I'm a furry, so
Neither do my parents.
I think my brother's fine with it. I imagine my sister would be a little like, you know, she'd probably also be fine with it. My parents would also probably be fine with it, but also I'm not about to deal with that. Kaisi!
Hey everyone,
Hey, Kaisi.
hope you're well. I'd love to watch
Also
this
hope
Live But
work's
Work
going
is a
well,
shit
man.
show.
I love you.
I'll have to catch the VOD after work. Love you all.
I'm gonna give shoutouts for Kaisi. Glad to see you, Kaisi. Go take care of yourself at work. Don't worry, the shit show will be happening over here as well. And the VOD, I guess this Thursday, because my Thursday opened up, I'll be able to upload all of my VODs.
So it's weird to think that out of the three of us, I'm the only one that's like openly furry. So my family, and they're all. My mom doesn't care. My sister gives me shit for it as a joke.
Yeah.
Like she'll send me like furry TikToks whenever she sees them. She's like, "Why are you?" It's like she'll just tell me, "Hey, it's your fault that this is appearing on my For You page."
Hey, look, it's one of your people.
Yeah. She literally sent me a TikTok that was like, it was like, there's like these two people. It was like furries and piano players. Like one of them is really disgusting. That's right, the piano players. And then my sister literally put under these like, "Fuck piano players."
Also, welcome on in, Tails Doll. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Not me over here looking shiftily off to the side where I have my piano covered in plushies and letters that I need to open and resolve.
Starkey, you should get back to playing piano.
Oh, I don't have free time. Cries. I'm happy my parents are okay that I'm a furry. They might take me to FurryCon in May. Ooh, that'd be fun. People in Eastern Europe don't know what a furry is. I straight up tell people, they go, okay. The cringe story of how I came out as furry. I did it before coming out as bi, then pan. The work laptop is straight up overheating. CPU usage is only 20%. It's hitting 100 degrees Celsius and shutting down. Oh shit, Kaisi, I didn't know you also played piano. Fucking free time. How do I get more free time? Can I dip into my sleeping time? Can I sleep less? Can I get an hour out of my sleep to play the piano?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
You already push it a little bit.
That's fair.
Cool Cats is still having problems with Twitch.
Just downloaded more free time, 5N. Yeah, I'll get that right after I download the RAM.
That fucking reminded me when Starkey told me that. It's like,
about what?
It's like, man, my computer's not working. Starkey, you should just download more RAM. Me, how do you do that? And then Starkey and Kaisi dying, and I'm like, what? I was like, what? What's so funny?
Okay, I have a story about downloading RAM. I think my brother has told this, but I'll also tell it from my perspective. So I'm talking to my mom one day, and she's, my mom's not a very tech-savvy person. I love her to death, but she just does not understand computers. And so she just, I'm like, okay, so I think you just have to, wait for the computer, because she was using an old computer. It was super slow, and a lot of the times it just resolved to, waiting 3 minutes for the computer to start up. And, I'm tipping into sleeping time, and I'm normal. Day, let's go get sleep. But yeah, so she's using a shitty old laptop, and she turns to me one day and she's like, do you think the problem might be the RAM? Because should I download more RAM? And I'm like, I looked at her. I looked her in the eyes because I could not tell if she was fucking with me or not. because she's like, she doesn't know enough about computers to understand what that even means. So I'm just like, I'm gazing into her soul, trying to understand, and she's like, your brother told me to tell you that, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes way more sense. Anyways, what was this? Oh yeah, that's right, we got this. Sorry, we got distracted from the game because of the phone call.
All right, the fan that sounds like
the visual novel.
Fan that sounds like God. 1 second, let me see if I can get back into fucking character.
God damn it, Mars, why are you sending it to me now?
What is Mars sending you?
Just send it to me right now.
It's Devin fan art.
Oh, excellent. Is it spoilers?
No.
It's
okay.
not.
Marsha,
Yeah,
Anthemix
did this.
Marsha, I'm gonna need to send me that image so I can appreciate it after stream. Thank you very much.
I thought you said I was gonna wait until after stream to send it to you. There you go.
Excellent. Thank you.
Is
Yeah,
Mo
Mo did this.
responsible
Oh, did you?
Okay, I
You
was
sent
like,
it to
is
me
Mo
over
responsible for
Telegram.
this?
Excellent. I will greatly appreciate this. I'm sure this is
Yeah.
extremely high quality artwork afterwards.
Yes, Drift King is that.
Yeah, it's the hibernation pick.
Oh, that's gonna be so cute.
And she did that for weeks. And that's almost all she did when she was home, listening to the fan talk to her. I'm not sure what it all was saying to her. I don't even think I really understood what was going on. I just knew that sometimes stim addicts did that kind of stuff. Especially when they don't sleep, you know? But then, she started to look for specific shapes, arches, and half circles. This voice told her that she could get into heaven if she passed right under the right one. But the voice also told her that Satan would trick her with fake ones to make the real one harder to find. She pointed these out to me. How there were so many, and yeah, they were there. But when you look for these patterns, for something as simple as the shape of an arch,
Cameron traces a finger along the arch of the wheel while he's leaning against.
you're going to find them. Eventually, she told me everything was warped. I guess she was so fucked up that these shapes just popped out at her, like her brain was highlighting them and she couldn't ignore them. On the last day, she told me that even I looked like an arch, and that she thought the devil had taken me. She looked completely done. She told me that she'd be back to save me, and then she just walked out of the trailer. A few hours later, she drowned trying to swim under a bridge, and everyone in the trailer park kind of saw it as just another delusional druggie getting themselves accidentally killed.
Cameron had told Dev his mom drowned in a river while on drugs, but not the terrible details. And the bear just wraps his arm tighter around Cameron.
I think it was a suicide. That she was just so tired of her shitty life that she bet on that bridge being the arch that would lead her to heaven, one way or another. That's why I worry about following these patterns, even if it's just something like looking for UFOs or ghosts. Yeah, I think the meth and lack of sleep pushed her over the edge. But is there something genetic there too? What if I'm predisposed to it? I haven't used since the second month after I met you, but I still see shit. I'm just not delusional. At least not yet. But I worry.
Dev clears his throat. I would never let that happen to you. I know I say stupid shit about it, but I know it can be dangerous, and I'm always looking out for you.
Honestly, it's nice to hear that. Because just letting my mom sit next to a fan for 3 hours straight every day, feeding on her delusions, was the dumbest thing I've ever done. But I was high on my own drug of choice because I just didn't care. But the thing is that even though that hell she was in, she still cared. I took too much a few times, even though she was listening to her fan in her own world, sticking post-it notes to all the shapes she saw. She still noticed right away when my breathing wasn't right, and I woke up to her spraying Narcan up my nose.
Cameron sees Devin tilt his head in question.
It counteracts opioid overdose. But the thing is, my mom didn't like opioids because they made her nauseous. So that means she got those nasal sprays just for me. Just in case, even when I thought she was too absorbed in her own world to care. So it hurts to think about that night. how I just let her walk out of our trailer like that.
Cameron takes another deep breath. He hadn't planned to even talk about his mom, but it just came out.
Sorry, I'm rambling.
Dude, do not be sorry.
But it's part of why I am the way I am. I know my symptoms don't perfectly match up with what you've researched on the internet, but they're close enough. And honestly, maybe you're right. Maybe there's more after we die, and somehow I can help you find it. But if things go south, and if something's wrong with me, hold me back. Thinking about the shape of an arch still makes me feel sick. Like a reminder of what happened to her and what could happen to me.
Wordlessly, Devin pulls Cameron into a hug, and the coyote presses his head against his chest. At that moment, Cameron realizes then why so many people love their therapists. He'd always worried that Devin would be too weirded out by what happened when he was a teenager. That Devin would finally see all of his closet skeletons. Neglectful, neglected, abusive, abused, and so hopelessly addicted. Just like his mother. The definition of trailer trash. Cameron was all of those things at some point in his life, but he knew that it didn't matter to Devin. After a while, Devin lets go and they start getting back in the Jeep, the bear feeling slightly shaky. Cameron opening up just now had been truly harrowing. Devin had known bits and pieces of his coyote's history, but to hear it like that, how he'd overdosed and almost. Dev shudders. For sure, Twiz, go take care of yourself, and I'm sorry to hear that you got some troubling news. Hopefully it works itself out. He's
Oh my god, Kaizi.
Kaizi.
Also, not Kaizi before making with the Father Pucci references. It's like, god damn it.
The archway to heaven being a parallel to Pucci's chasing after heaven.
Yeah.
He's just so glad that the coyote is safe with him now, out of that hellhole. As he's about to get in on his side of the Jeep, he stares out towards the town just a mile or so away. Well, Cameron had told him that this had all made him feel better. Devin was feeling more conflicted than ever. Everything that Cameron just told him practically screamed that this was a bad idea, that this wasn't good for him. Does it matter what he thinks about Cam's hallucinations? That his skimming of abnormal psychology literature about hallucinations led him to believe Cameron wasn't mentally ill? No. How could he take him to Echo after hearing that? How could he ever drag him into this endless hunt for the truth ever again? Yet at the same time, Cameron's telling him he wants to do this. Dev looks over the hood at Cameron, tapping his blunt claws against the soft top of the Jeep. Hey Cam, what do you say we just keep going north? Check out Deseret? You know, see what Bonneville might be like, see what the Mormons are really like. That could be fun. While he says this, there's a crushing feeling in his chest, dreading that Cameron might say yes, but at the same time hoping that he will. I mean, with the way things are going, I don't even know if we'll be able to cross state lines in a few weeks. They're starting to shut everything down. Welcome in, Chris Crow and Meat Scales. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Shut up for Chris Crow. The camera stares back at him before smirking.
Oh no. This is something you've wanted to do for years. I mean, fuck me for dropping all that on you right before we got there, but, you know, I'm a procrastinator. I don't want you to feel guilty, but just be aware.
I love the smug look on Cameron.
And I kind of want to face my fears in a way, you know? I'm ready for this.
Cameron, you are not ready for this. I don't think any of us are, except for maybe fucking Chill and Marge.
He was not. He was then not ready for this.
The poor bastard was not, in fact, ready for this.
Ready.
No.
Are you ready for this? Cam, yes. Later. No!
And before Devin can say anything else, Cameron gets in. Well, the good news is we have a bear protector to hopefully kind of balance out the bear murderer. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work out that well. Let's be honest with ourselves. Dev looks over at the lake, actually not sure what he's about to do. If he was a good boyfriend, he'd drive away from this place. Cameron would yell, curse, and moan about how it took them 10 hours to get there, and Devin would shut him up with one of those sugary abominations from Starbucks. And he would never talk about Echo again. He would listen to Cameron and trust him about how it actually felt to see awful stuff. They'd move, get married, get a big house, and sooner or later Dev would get his answer, because everyone does at the end. As they pull out the parking lot, he thinks he's made his decision. But even as he tells himself he's going to turn left back up the road they came, he turns right. Because just before he did, he sees a flash of pink in his mind's eye, floating in the middle of the pond, and it's like someone hit him full force in the chest. Before he knows it, Echo is ahead of them. God damn. This place looks fucking worse for wear.
Yep.
Devin frowns as they pull into the parking lot of the motel, staring through the graffiti-covered walls. The cartoonish caricatures have a way of cheapening this experience, like this is only a stupid haunted house attraction.
So, this is home base, huh?
Devin rubs the back of his head, feeling self-conscious after talking this place up for a long time. It didn't look this bad in the pictures. People never have respect for stuff like this.
I don't think it looks bad. I like street art like this. And it just makes me feel less alone. Like a lot of people have been here and we're just fine.
Actually, keep an eye out in case one of them is lurking around.
All the graffiti artists I know were really nice.
It's not nice to do it in a place where a bunch of people got killed.
Well, I think a lot of people would disapprove of what we're doing, and I know you're nice. So just lighten up a little.
Ow, jeez. Cameron walks past the bear, slapping him hard on the ass as he does. Waiting for Chad to respond.
I was for a second I was like, Starkey. For a second I was like, Starkey, did that awaken something?
Listen, yes, but also... There it is! There it is! We got it!
We got him, boys.
You love a spicy bottom.
Oh no, no. They're both switches.
Excellent. The optimal outcome. But
Shut the fuck up, Starkey. God damn.
I just realized, where are you guys so far in this? This is still the beginning.
Yeah, this is still the very beginning.
Cats don't spoil it.
We we barely got made progress.
We got past the lake scene at least. We're making slow progress, I think, for being an hour into the stream. Like, we're at the end, not gonna lie.
The end.
The end. We just started reading today.
We just started, Cats.
I realized after I remembered this. Oh, so this cat's out here with a spoiler. We return here at some point. Shit. Understandable. Devin raises a brow, not sure what to make of Cameron's high spirits. They just had one of the heaviest conversations of their relationship, and... well, maybe that is why. If Cameron was feeling more comfortable being honest and open with Dev, then that could only be a good thing in the bear's mind. How hard would it...
Delos.
Oh my... How hard would it be to clean candle wax out of fur?
Probably hard.
Wait, what's the fucking point of wax play? If they have fucking fur, what's the point of wax play?
Fuck is wax play?
Chillium.
Hey, shut up.
It's a just BDSM, melted wax, hot burning skin, ow hot.
What the fuck?
It's
Why?
What do you mean? What the fuck?
Why?
It's BDSM.
That shit hurts. Like,
Yeah. Welcome
Oh,
to
wait.
BDSM.
Nut. Nut.
I didn't know that was 10.
Nut.
Mind, we can talk about this later.
After returning a much harder ass slap that makes Cameron yelp, the bear joins him in exploring the area. Considering that the motel is supposed to be the most haunted building in Echo, David thought it would be a good idea to set up base there. Specifically in room 12, but most of the numbers are missing and most of the heavy metallic doors are locked. Are they staying in room 12 in Echo?
It never really says.
They don't really say, do they?
Delos, I have had like hot wax spilled on me before. I know how it feels. It's not fun.
Oh my, what, you know what? I'm reading through the story. Whatever's happening in chat's happening in chat.
Yeah, just ignore it.
Even though they're all dented from what looks to be the result of literal battering rams. Well, they sure seem to care a lot about boarding the place up.
They probably got tired of dumbasses crawling in and getting hurt.
Yeah, but luckily I'm not a dumbass.
Hey, what about me?
Well, I don't think a music degree will help us in this situation, but you're still pretty smart.
Oh shit, that's right. You majored in mechanical engineering and you work at the most valuable industrial automation company in the country.
Where the rats?
Does
What
that
up,
mean
it's your boy,
there's a furry
Action
Elon Musk?
Jackson, the Action Saxon.
Welcome on in, Monkey. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Look at this fucking... Also, I'll be honest with you. Even with the knowledge that he majored in mechanical engineering, I'm still going to consider Devin a himbo. Because in my mind, you can still be smart. You could be niche smart, but still be a himbo, as long as the common sense isn't necessarily always there.
You'll see.
Okay, fair enough.
Marsh just shut you up with a, you'll see.
Sarky literally summing up me. Himbo dynamics is a spectrum. Exactly. Yep.
So it reminds me of the TikTok where it's like, actually, autism is a spectrum. It's like this, and they pull out a chart, and it's like, it cuts to another person like, not only am I autistic, but I have perfect IVs.
Do you speak from experience? I do, actually. Going to a R1 research college, some of the dumbest motherfuckers I ever had the displeasure of talking to were grad students. No, you think this up to... Oh my god, tier 3 gifts up? Jesus, thank tier 3 gifts up to Monkey. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no. Just because you have a degree doesn't mean that you're actually like smart. Guilty. Don't. We're gonna make no progress. I'm sorry. Welcome on, Raiders. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll give this shout out for Guilty Drake. I really appreciate it. See what were you up to? You were playing Phasmophobia. Hopefully I had a good time doing that. Also, welcome on in T-Rex, and yeah, glad to have you here. I really appreciate it. Now can dance time. Let me go ahead and quickly hop over here and mute the gameplay. Alright, spooks everywhere. Big content warning for Raiders? Oh, for sure. But anyways, welcome on in, Raiders. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm Stark Morph, Big A Crone Unit, variety streamer. Hold up a moment while I show you my stream in a nutshell. You see that car crash? That's my stream in a nutshell. It's a car crash in here every day. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. EST. I'm live playing video games. Every Tuesday, I am playing, I'm reading through visual novels with Marshmallow Bears, who is the white bear on the side, and also being joined by my friend Chill, who is the lion. I think we get something to Guilty Shake. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the ad review and the emotes. But yeah, how was Phasmophobia? Did you get spooked? And yeah, this is also a good time to just throw out a general content warning. We are reading through what is it's like psychological horror, but also just horror in general visual novel. Yeah, things are about to get really dark, so general content warning for a lot of stuff. But yeah, thank you for bringing your family over. I really appreciate it.
Fuck my mashed potatoes.
Oh no, my mashed potatoes.
Oh shit, that came on the mic. Oh. I thought it was muted. I'm sorry.
Welcome on in, Coffee. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Anyways, we're. Oh, Mac and Cheese, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live chat. I really appreciate it. Devin is taken a little aback by just how cold Cameron's response is.
Well, go on. The class in dynamics and calculus-based physics should figure this out for us.
Cameron's voice drips with sarcasm. Dev can only assume he's making fun of the way that Bear had tried to impress him with his coursework during their first dates. Oh, God. Oh my God. Dev, you did not fucking try that shit. I swear to God. But Devin tries to salvage the earlier good-natured mood. Well, I could probably break those boards as long as I move my fist at a high velocity. You see the amount of kinetic energy. Smart himbo confirmed. He really is a himbo. Exactly. This big himbo energy.
I wish that there's just a sprite where Cam or Cam was just had their finger like the peace sign, and then they transition them out of the screen. It's like meow.
It's like Chase walking into the scene in Echo. I'm fucking scared that they're gonna pull that shit again. Dev's half-hearted teasing trails off. He never much liked the outright disdain his fellow STEM students had for arts and soft sciences. It's just that it would get Cameron riled up, and that was funny. In college. Now Devin just feels like a dick. Besides, Cameron's ability to understand and play music is basically magic to the bear. It's incredibly impressive. And also, there's a lot of math in music. Don't get it twisted. That shit complicated.
Yes, the math being 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'm kidding.
Grabs you. Do you understand fucking subtones?
I know how subtones work, Snarky.
Exactly. I don't. That's a problem. Devin's grasp of music is surface level, and he's slightly tone deaf to boot. Cameron wouldn't ever point this out. He'd just sing along and attempt to harmonize. And while Devin had been offered a 6-figure salary career before he even graduated, he had watched Cameron's dreams of working in the music industry slowly evaporate over the past 3 years. Now Cameron is working at a call center he hates. The bear had thought himself to be so smart in college, and yeah, he did alright, but now he's becoming more aware of what a dumbass he is when it comes to communicating with actual people, with his literal boyfriend. He needs to apologize after this one. The bear clears his throat. Yeah, so he is engineering himbo, basically. Yo, Cam. Dev shovels up to the coyote, but before he can say anything, Cameron just points at a door.
See? Number 8. And the door over there is number 3. So, counting in this direction...
Cameron's frosty demeanor is completely gone.
10, 11, and room number 12. And wouldn't you know it, it's open.
Cameron probably plays the violin derogatory. Oh, sweet.
Thanks, I went to college.
Why did I give him I almost gave him the fucking sweet.
Oh my
the fucking Peter
God.
from Family Guy voice.
Don't do that to Dev.
No, he deserves better than that. Haha. Now I'll go in first to make sure everything's clear.
Of what?
I don't know. Squatters?
Well, get ready to find a dead squatter, because how the hell would they survive?
Actually, you just reminded me that there are a couple of creeps that live here, like stubborn locals that won't leave. At least that's what a post said from like 2 years back.
What? I don't like the sound of that. Are they dangerous?
From what I gather, they're more of the get off my lawn variety of creeps.
Those types can still be dangerous.
If no one's been killed by them yet, then I think we're good. But like I said, I'll look out for you. Dev lets out a mock growl. I'm... Oh, God. I'll make him a permanent resident of Echo, and by that I mean dead ones.
Devin.
Now Devin can tell that the coyote really is upset. What's wrong, babe?
You told me no one lived here. You said that a bunch of times.
Cameron, it came up so few times in the forums, and the posts I remember were really mundane. I honestly just forgot.
All right.
Devin, you dipshit. Leave this place. Fly, you fool. Devin stares at the coyote, waiting, but he doesn't say anything. Just fucking... This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to be like, oh, hey, Cameron's upset. I have an excuse to leave now. Cameron, is there anything you want to tell me? If there is, I'm still hoping you'll be open like you said.
I know.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's not like I'm expecting you to just share everything on your mind now, but I'm here to listen if you want to talk.
It's just hard to explain. I guess the fact that there are real people here, still living here, does make it a little scarier.
Stop being white. Sorry.
Wait, who's being white?
No, Silken just said leave.
I'm assuming they're
Stop being
talking-
white.
I'm assuming they're talking about how Devin is being the white guy in every fucking horror movie.
Where the rats?
But Dev
Devon,
isn't
the
white.
rooftops are painted
Dev's
red and I don't
Mexican.
think it's a
Dev's
warning
Mexican.
sign.
Oh, okay, so Dev's a Mexican coded character?
Yeah,
think
they
it's-
say it. They straight up say it in a
Okay.
little bit later in the thing.
I think it's less how they're coded, more how they're acting, because it's just
Oh
like,
no, Dev is still 100% gringo. I don't
Acting
think Dev-
white.
Me and Robin have talked about because there's another Hispanic character in this game, Latino, and we're like, yeah, Devin doesn't know how to speak Spanish. He might be Mexican, but he does not know how to speak Spanish.
Yeah. That is very fair. But I think the joke's about how it's like, hey, Devin, notice all the fucking red flags about the situation? Do you want to be not the white guy in every horror movie who dies like a dipshit from going into the fucking murder basement? Have you considered that? No? Okay, cool. We're going to the murder basement then, I guess.
Devin says tortilla.
Devin is Hispanic of the saltine variety.
So many red flags. The sky is red. Yeah, this is... You know what? This is post Leo's route. Leo manifested the red flags everywhere else so that way he could get them out of himself.
Oh god.
Does it have to do with the dreams you were having? Dev watches Cameron closely, but he does seem genuinely confused himself.
Kind of. They were weird. I don't think they really meant anything. Yeah, I'm just overreacting.
Oh my god, Cam!
Sarky's just like, children!
Oh, they're my children, but they're fucking stupid.
I didn't raise you to be this
I
stupid.
didn't raise you to be this dipshit. Get back here. We're fucking going over the lessons again. Don't take candy from strangers. But call me when you get home, and don't go to the fucking murder hotel at the goddamn abandoned ghost town.
I just really don't want to have the deliverance experience on top of the ghosts, you know?
Deliverance?
You know the line you got you got a pretty mouth, boy. Like the
Oh.
deep south, like extremely like murder vibe
Yeah.
Like that's the movie Deliverance.
Okay.
Is like a guy
It's
goes
just
to
the
a
accent.
he goes to like a deep southern like location and basically oh yeah, that's it. That's the line. Can you squeal like a little piggy?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. To be fair, I went to a place that reminded me of fucking Deliverance when I went to rural New York, so it's definitely not a north versus south thing. It's a rural versus urban thing.
Honestly, kind of hot. We're not gonna talk about that.
Oh my gosh, Chill, you did that to yourself.
I know. Listen. I said it. And I know.
Oh,
Well aware of what I'm saying. What I just did.
I getcha, and there's nothing wrong with being vigilant. My friend from Southland, the one from the town even more haunted than Echo, he said something horrific happens between a backpacker and an outback redneck every other year or so.
How comforting.
But while I was sort of joking earlier, if anyone tries anything, I will do what needs to be done to stop them. Dev doesn't tell Cameron that in that moment he kind of does wish he'd gone through with getting a gun for protection. Dev, you dipshit. Thank you so much for the hydrate. If those men are still around, the bear has no doubt that they would have plenty of guns.
Oh shit, sorry. Well, let's not think about that. Because it's not gonna happen.
Survey says that was fucking wrong.
Unless they are squatting in that room.
Not for long.
I love him. I love them.
The bear's exaggerated bravado becomes genuinely cautious as he opens the door. The room is hotter than it is outside, as if it were magnifying and trapping the heat. The fact that you've told me that Devin is also a Hispanic character is just like, is it just like a more like, you know, Latina trait to be very, very protective? Because that's also the same way that Leo is kind of coded. Or is that just an incident of like weird
I think that's
character
an incident
overlap?
thing. Because I honestly believe the reason why, because there's 3 protagonists in this game, and 2 of them are Latino. I honestly think Howley's just making up for Leo.
Okay, that's fair. For portraying. Okay.
And honestly, that's another reason why I love Arches. Is just like oh, fuck, furry Latino representation. Okay.
It's not evil.
Furry Latino representation that doesn't involve the hat dance.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I have a fucking... Oh, I grew up in deep rural Indiana, and there was definitely at least one day at school where they had the students do a fucking Mexican hat dance.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This was also... This was when I was in, like, fucking 3rd or 4th grade. So it was before, in, like, you know, growing up without being surrounded by people of that culture. I had no idea how fucking awful that must have seemed. Oh, God. Don't go to rural anywhere. It's not worth it. It's never worth it to go to rural anywhere. What actions happened on that couch? I don't want to know, but you want a UV light of that bitch and it'll probably light up like the sun.
This whole place, like a Jackson Pollock painting. That's gross, Quill. I'm sorry, I had to quote it.
The room is hotter than it is outside, as if it were magnifying and trapping the heat. Okay, yeah, this is doable. Hey Cam, all clear.
Ah, no murderous hillbillies in the... Oh, gross.
What were you expecting? We just need to straighten it out a bit. Look, there's even a mattress over there.
Wait, we're not gonna use it for sleeping or anything, are we?
Why do you think I brought sheets?
Oh, I am not sleeping in.
Kidding. I already told you I have a room booked in Peyton.
And we better use it, no matter how into this you get.
Of course. We might But we might as well make this place as comfortable as we can anyway. Cameron is quiet, and Dev turns to see him staring at the plethora of rusty nails on the ground around the windows and mattress.
Your tetanus shot is up to date, right?
That's a great question.
Yeah, great. Just don't puncture yourself on anything. I'll try to clean those up at least.
Look at how skinny he is. God damn. I'm sorry. I just forgot how skinny Cam is.
Oh, that's right. They are barefoot/bear pod.
Yeah, there's no
So-
shoes in the Acro universe.
Yep.
Oh, they're kind of like I like the designs of like the open-toed shoes, where it's just the
Yep.
claws poking through. I hate that fact. And Cameron watches Dev step back, brushing his paws against each other loudly. Well, I'd say that's rather cozy, don't you think?
I've seen actual homes that look worse, so yeah, I'd say so.
Cameron eyes the couch and slowly sits on the edge, not quite trusting it despite the sheet. So, what do you know about paranormal investigation? You said you did research?
It turns out you just run around with a flashlight and call the ghost a bitch.
Someone's been playing Phasmophobia. Good one.
Damn, sorry. Didn't know the reality show Ghost Hunts were such a sore spot for you.
They single-handedly ruined the credibility of actual investigations.
Well, they brought it more attention, right? Anyway, all I really know is what you do. EVP stuff, taking pictures, just sitting around and waiting. Stuff like that.
That's a start.
Actually, I was thinking you deal with most of that stuff, so what I mainly researched had to do with those who are gifted.
It's almost physically impossible for the coyote to use that word to describe people like him. Oh, yeah, I wanted to say earlier how happy I was you looked through that forum. It must be annoying just hearing me go on and on about it, but when I don't even experience it.
Oh, you're fine, Dev.
Actually, Karen much preferred to hear it from Dev. Half of the people in the forums were clearly liars with the savior complex, and then the other half were contacting these assholes to help communicate with a dead loved one. Cameron couldn't stomach it and just ended up looking at a blog that seemed a bit more legit. So, what did you find out? The way the bears lit up now that they're talking about investigating reminds Cameron that he needs to at least try.
Well, according to these psychics, it's pretty simple if you have the extra sense. First, approach the location with clear intentions. I'm here to see or hear something from the past. Second, keep an open mind, which is something I promise to do. And finally, if you sense that the presence is hostile, always remember that it can hurt you. In these cases, they might not actually be a person.
I wouldn't worry about demon shit. Even I have a hard time believing in that.
Hey, there's something we can agree on. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume something terrible happened in this room. Why else look for a specific room, right? I don't want you to tell me what happened, but I assume this is a bit of a test.
Well, I don't want to call it a test. I'm going to be recording and looking for the thing that happened in this room, too. Just thought you might want to see if you sense anything and compare it with what actually happened.
I think that's a good idea. I'm just gonna do some light touch sensing, I think they call it. So I won't see anything, just sense what might have happened.
But tell me if you feel things aren't right, of course.
I'll be fine.
Alright, I'll get started. We won't go super late tonight, just want to get a feel for things.
Sure. I'll get started by opening my mind and making my intentions clear.
Okay, babe, I love you. Devin leans in and kisses Cameron on the head. Then Cameron watches as Dev turns off the lantern, plunging them into darkness.
It's dark in here.
Lugging around equipment while trying to be quiet about it quickly gets Devin sweating through his shirt and he has to take it off. He's making the extra effort not to disturb the coyote because Cameron seems to be really trying, his eyes closed up and ears up. Dev didn't even need to ask him to take out his phone so he could record audio. He just did it, and to Devin, that was just proved how much Cameron wanted to do this. As Dev goes about testing his equipment, Cameron shifts and mumbles something. Dev perks up. Hey, hun, I'm right here. You alright?
I need to get more comfortable.
Bear. I'm sorry.
Sparky.
Listen.
Focus.
Listen.
Not.
Oh my
Not.
god, Tailstorm.
What a perfectly timed nut.
I knew that was gonna happen once Dev appeared with no shirt.
I'll accept my fate, Naughty. Excellent. Okay. I know the less
swear to God,
fucked
if you
up
just
bear
took a
is here, but
screenshot.
still. No,
Did you take a fucking screenshot? Okay.
listen. I have a type.
I know you have a type. It's just bears. Stop. You keep searching as if the pants are gonna disappear. They're not.
At the same time, he just
No,
what?
there are underwear versions of all these sprites that Paintbox has.
Excellent.
Where the rats?
Hey, Chris, what's up?
Hey Starkey, I wanted to. Oh. That's a bear.
Yeah,
Never
that's a
mind,
bear.
Starkey.
Never mind, Sparky.
Mood. At the same time, he adjusts himself so that his feet are on the suitcase in front of him. Oh, okay. Something about Cameron's demeanor is bothering Dev. And Cameron's words were a little slurred, and he does seem kind of not quite there. Should he pull him out of it? Devin had never seen a psychic in action before, so maybe this is normal, like a trance. He hopes it's normal, because even if Devin can't find his answers, he'd give them up for Cameron to discover he isn't psychotic. As he's fiddling with his EMF sensor, dread suddenly clutches at his chest. What if the opposite happened and Cam really did lose his mind? Like when his mom got psychosis. If that happens, Devin is only now realizing that he would be responsible, and how could Cameron forgive him for that?
Evan.
God damn it. How could he forgive himself? Shit. Dev hisses under his breath. What the fuck is he doing bringing his boyfriend to this room where that happened? He was usually alone or with friends when doing these investigations, and his want to see something always overpowered the fear. He just assumed Cameron would be used to scary shit, especially after he described that flat-faced creature in a raincoat that he'd been seeing since he was a kid. He just assumed. Why was it only now that he was realizing that what the consequences could be? The feeling he'd had earlier about being a social dumbass comes back, but far stronger. This isn't something a loving partner does to another partner. He's fucking using Cameron for his own selfish reasons. Devin knows that the coyote has some kind of ESP abilities, but that didn't mean he didn't also have other issues that could fuck him up. That didn't mean that possibly seeing these awful things wouldn't cause him to develop more issues. Devin gets up and paces for a bit, beginning to make up his mind, deciding that right after this, they're done, no matter what. The bear looks at the closet, the one where the wolf from the Meseta tribe council hung himself in the early 90s. Wait, Meseta? A wolf from the Meseta? Did we see that in Echo?
No.
We did see a character hang themselves in Echo.
Yeah.
Here.
You've seen a lot of people hang themselves in that show.
Shit, why is too many hangings. Stop.
Wait, was there a hanging in the hotel?
There was.
Oh,
I
yeah, there
think.
was.
It was in TJ's route, I think. It was in one of the first two routes we did where Chase is having like a weird sleep paralysis moment.
Oh.
I forgot about that.
I can't remember if it's if it was like a wolf. I think they said it was a fox. So maybe a different person. If that's the case, goddamn, does this hotel have the worst fucking like?
They did say it's the most haunted spot in Echo.
Yeah, shit's haunted as fuck. If only he could see one thing, just one sliver of proof that she's okay on the other side, he'd be at peace with all this. Dev lets out a shuddering sigh, standing in the closet, looking at that bar, wondering if it's the same one that the wolf used. Devin feels something. Not a good something. A chill runs up his spine and suddenly he's shivering. No way. It's actually happening. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's all I can manage to say. It's happening, but it feels so wrong. Then a fear that he's never known before takes over. He wants to turn around. He wants to call out to Cameron, but it's like something is around his neck, holding him in place. Then he hears a terrible sound behind him. Cameron knows something is happening for sure. It's scary, but at the same time, it's making him question what he'd always believed. Had Devin been right about this stuff? Had he just misunderstood himself for so long? He could sense someone, nothing like the monsters he'd seen in the past. Instead, this was a man in a suit with a bolo tie. He was sad, he was angry, and he was terrified. Cameron knew this was often what psychics described when talking about sensing people from the past. You feel their most intense moment in life. This man, this wolf, he's going to do something terrible. And while Cameron is marveling over this, the wolf suddenly changes. At the same time, Cameron feels his focus turn to him. This gives the coyote pause, because now this presence was trying to interact with him. Was this right? Cameron thinks it could be, but something doesn't feel right about it, like this isn't what he thinks it is. But he supposes that anyone doing this for the first time would feel it to be strange. Maybe he was doing the light sensing wrong. The point is to listen to the past like a recording. This direct communication is scaring the coyote, but this could be his chance to answer Dev's question, and his own questions for that matter. I'm sorry to bother. This is
Cam?
I think
I'm
this is
sorry
Cam.
to bother you. What's after death? Where do we go?
It feels stupid and clumsy, but it's all that comes to his mind, so Cameron asks it over and over. There's a long, empty pause. And then something like a cackle. It almost sounds fake, like a Halloween toy, but it's dark, mean, and it's making fun of him. All the feelings of wonder and hope for a breakthrough are deflated instantly. He needs Dev. He needs to open his eyes. Cameron's eyes are heavy, and he can barely focus. Something has gone terribly wrong. This presence is evil, malicious. This isn't a person. Now all that the coyote can sense is that a profound tragedy has just taken place. He needs Devin, and he thinks he sees him in his vision as his vision begins to slowly focus. What? At first, Cameron doesn't understand what he's seeing. How is Dev standing like that? Why isn't he moving? He realizes why over the next few seconds. The natural... Do we need to cover this?
I didn't.
Jesus Christ. The unnatural way Dev's weight seems to pull at his neck says it all. Cameron starts screaming, but it's weak, muffled, barely a wheeze from his throat, and he can't move. Paralysis. This isn't real. This is sleep paralysis, but something about this is so fucked, so real, and he couldn't have fallen asleep. He's almost positive about that. But even if he had, his boyfriend could actually be hanging himself while the coyote sits uselessly on the couch. Terror begins to engulf him. How could this happen? How could he do this? Ow. Cameron tries screaming again, but again it's just a wheeze of breath. He stares at Devin's contact image instead of Devin dead in the closet. They took that picture in college 5 years ago, and just a month into their relationship. At the time, it was a token of how his other gay friend, to show his other gay friend to prove he had a boyfriend and that he was a handsome bear. And he'd never changed it, even though he had no one to show it off to anymore. How the hell did they end up here? The phone picks up and switches to speaker automatically. Cameron knows deep down that this must be a dream, but Devin is still hanging in the closet. And he's overcome by the horror that this could just be a partial dream, and that the worst part of it is real. It makes Cameron try and fail to scream again. You Want to know, like? Cameron stares at the phone, unable to understand through the static, but able to recognize the voice. You said you wanted to know what, like, to die. I'd say it's like drowning forever. Conscious forever while you suffocate for what made you happy when you were alive. Then again, you don't believe in anything, so what you really want to know is what it's like to disappear. Because you're scared. You tell yourself you want to die, that you wish your mom didn't save your worthless life, that you deserve it. Now you tell yourself that if it weren't for me, you'd have ended things back in college. We both know that's a lie, because you're a fucking coward. You'll stay alive as long as you can be with someone who can keep you alive. I could have treated you like absolute shit the past 5 years and you'd still be around today. You fucking begged Dylan not to leave you, just weeks after he punched you and gave you that scar. The one you said you got from falling against a cabinet. You're sick. Meanwhile, you let me put you in this situation. You said you wanted it. Do you still want it?
No. No, no, please, God, no!
Cameron can't even move his lips. Anyway, I'm getting a little off topic, aren't I? You wanted to know what the afterlife is like? I'll give you an idea. Devin's voice becomes more muffled. Yo, Lupita, tell my boyfriend what it's like. It's quiet for a moment and Cameron just sits in stunned misery, just waiting. The terrible demonic scream screeches through the phone and Cameron's fur bristles all over his body and he fights this prison that he's in with everything he has and finally breaks free. It takes Devin a moment to realize the terrible sound is coming from Cameron. He's never heard him make a sound like that before. At that moment, whatever it is that has a hold on the bear dissolves and Devin turns around, heaving for breath. When Dev looks at him, he sees Cameron's eyes are wide open. Cameron! Cameron makes that sound again. Though Devin has no idea what Cameron's saying, he knows that it's something terrible. Devin feels himself beginning to panic. Baby, please, what's happening? Cameron just stares back and Devin finally snaps. Cameron! Devin is stepping out of the closet when suddenly Cameron lunges off the couch, making a feral sound. The look in the coyote's eyes is so intensely unlike him that Devin draws back in fear. Honey, it's me. To Dev's shock, Cameron's paws fly to the bear's neck, but instead of squeezing like he thinks he's going to, they rip the thick fur there. Wait, stop! Devin manages to catch Cameron's paws in his own much larger paws, easily restraining the smaller male. Cameron continues to stare at Devin's neck, seeming to search intently, then he looks up at Dev's face.
I saw you dead. You called me and screamed at me.
Though Devin doesn't understand, he can tell this wasn't one of Cameron's typical night terrors. The look on his face says it all. Fuck! Really, really sorry. I'm driving you to Peyton right now, or wherever the hell you want to go. But as Devin tries to pull him to the door, Cameron resists.
Wait. Just let me catch my breath, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Go take care of yourself. I think we're done with the heavy bit for a little bit, but if he needs time, it's all good. Okay. Just take a deep breath, okay? Devin fumbles with the lantern until he turns it on. Then he stands next to Cameron for a few moments, listening to him sob. Can I at least hold you, please? Cameron leans towards him as an answer. While Dev strokes his head, Cameron starts to rub his back like he knows that Dev has been terrified too.
I'm fine. It's just really intense. Just a really intense vision.
I'm so sorry. I've never seen you like that before. You scared the absolute shit out of me. Did you think I was attacking you? You were going after my neck, sort of.
Oh, no. I saw you hanging in the closet.
Cameron's breath hitches in his chest.
Like, from your neck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and it was so fucking real.
They hold each other in silence for a while. Devin mulling over what Cameron just told him. Devin no longer has doubts that Cameron is psychic, but right now that doesn't matter. He just wants the coyote to feel safe again.
Devin,
Yeah, honey?
I think you're right.
What about?
Something happened. I don't know if it's a ghost or whatever the hell else that could have been. But that wasn't just me. I've never felt or see things like that before. There's more to this than me being crazy. There has to be.
We can talk about that when we're in Peyton, okay?
Dev, I promised to be honest with you. And I need to tell you something now, otherwise I probably never will.
What is it? Dev's heart starts to pound as he sees the look on Cameron's face.
Lupita was in the vision, Dev. But please, believe me when I say that I don't think it was really her. But
What? Cameron hesitates. Cameron, please, tell me.
I'm really sorry. But I heard her, and it was awful, and I don't know. It was just a scream, but it was horrible.
The floor seems to fall out from under Devin, and he feels like he's falling into an abyss. Cameron watches as the motel parking lot disappears into the night. They had left most of their stuff behind in the room, only bringing along what they absolutely needed. Cameron had wanted to take it a bit slower, to think things over before running away like this. But weirdly enough, it was Devin that was ushering him out as quickly as he could. Well, no, it made sense. What was truly weird was how Cameron had felt and how he still feels now. Despite what had just happened, despite the absolute horror of it all, there's a part of Cameron that still wants to stay. Cameron has to assume that this is nothing like what Dev had seen in his previous investigations, that maybe he also felt that overwhelming feeling of wrongness. But it also feels wrong to just leave after hearing what he had heard. He expected Dev to want to stay after Cameron told him about Lupita. If Dev had asked him to stay, Cameron would also have done so, if only to search for better closure after hearing her scream. Despite Dev's calm appearance, Cameron knows that his mind must be in turmoil right now. Now, with the night ending like this, he thinks that maybe he shouldn't have told Dev what he heard. Yeah, he promised to be honest about it, but the hallucination, no. The vision. Felt like a lie somehow. A trick. Welcome on in, Mad Hatter and Nick. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Mind the pinned comment at the top of the screen. Shit heavy. The bear has already, hung
himself.
Yeah, okay, there's no use using euphemism. They did that. It felt real. It happened, but it also felt like something nefarious was behind it all. He felt it when the wolf focused on him, as if that unseen something had taken the wheel and started steering things where it wanted them to go. You think counseling will help these two? Yes. Counseling. Go to your fucking counselor. Go get counseling good. Even if he has no idea what that something could be, Cameron hopes that's the case. Oh fuck! The game's gonna make me fucking paranoid about arch imagery. Because we've already seen one arch. The one around Devin's neck.
Oh, was that... I guess that's an arch.
Yeah,
I never
because
thought
it's a
about that.
half circle. Because the other half is
Yeah.
in front.
Behind, in front. So
Yeah.
technically you only saw half of it. It's technically an arch or half circle.
Oh, I never
I didn't
thought
think about that.
It's gonna make me fucking paranoid. I can already imagine it. Even if he had no idea what was happening, that something could happen. Oh my god, let me give this another one, another shot. Even if he has no idea what that something could be, Cameron hopes that's the case. The alternative is that the afterlife really is only suffering, and that would mean his mother is in the same place, that everyone's going to that place. Cameron squirms in his seat, the feeling of a suffocating dread creeping up under his neck. Drowning forever. Cameron suddenly turns to look at his boyfriend, unable to deal with the awkward silence any longer.
Devin.
Devin tilts his head slightly in Cameron's direction, brows raised to show he's listening. Yeah, honey. Tugger, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Flash. I really appreciate it. He doesn't take his eyes off the road, either because it's nighttime or more likely because of what they just dealt with, the bears being notably cautious. Still, there's a sense of urgency in his driving, like he's trying to get out of there as fast as he can. Keep running into birds? Yes, birds. Birds are good. You see burp, you burp. Handsome burps. It's in a fair mood. Cameron struggles to find the right words.
Oh.
Hey, let's talk when I get on the freeway, okay? I gotta focus right now. Cameron can't wait until then.
Are we coming back?
Cameron sees Dev's brows rise again, this time in surprise. No, of course not. We're done. I'm an idiot for doing this in the first place, and again, I'm sorry. Cameron can't quash the feelings that he should be the one apologizing right now.
But
There's a theme park in Peyton called Southwest Adventures. I thought about going there at the end of our investigation, but we could do that tomorrow instead. Dev pauses, apparently waiting for a response, but Cameron can't think of one to give him. I think it could be fun. Cameron is almost certain that's the same word Devin used just before they left to describe how this investigation would feel. Fun.
I think we need to come back. We can't just leave things like that. That was just so fucked.
Cameron sees Dev grit his teeth, and the coyote feels himself recoil a bit, like he did on a daily basis with Dylan.
Sorry,
No, you're fine. I'm just having trouble seeing the goddamn road. Let's just leave it until I can see where I'm going, okay, hon? The coyote steels himself. He shouldn't ever feel afraid of Devin. He doesn't need to.
I think we should come back tomorrow. Keep this going like you planned. There's something more to this, and I want to help find out what it is.
He says it firmly, in a way that he hopes shows Devin that he's not completely fragile, even if he did break down in the motel room. But Devin is quiet, and Cameron feels himself start to get a little frustrated that he's being ignored. But then the bear responds. No. No, I don't think so. I'll probably come back, but with another psychic. I'm not gonna put you through that ever again.
Where the rats? I don't need sleep. I need answers.
Oops. I'm not gonna put you through that ever again. Despite knowing Dev meant nothing by that, Cameron feels offended, like Devin doesn't think he's good enough or strong enough to do this.
But I want to. Especially if you're just gonna come back. You think I'm just gonna sit at home knowing you're back out in this hellhole?
The TTS is actually, yes, it is the Welsh voice. Listen, Cameron, I've been to a lot of haunted places, but there's something different about this town that feels really off. Fucked, like you said, and I don't want you anywhere near it. Now it's Cameron who grits his teeth.
But I want to.
Who is this?
Do you still want it? I have no clue. I know you need to find answers, but after feeling what I felt, I need answers too.
Dev's careful maneuvering along the broken road hits a pothole and the interior shakes. Devin winces. Babe, please, let's talk about this later. I just want to get us to Peyton safely right now. And just like that, Cameron's determination dries up. He hates himself for being such a coward. Things had always felt unequal in their relationship, but it was rare for Dev to just say it out loud, to tell the coyote what's good for him, even though Cameron told him what he wanted. It's nothing like it was with Dylan, but the feeling is similar, and Cameron doesn't like it like that.
Well, if I don't want you to come back here either.
Devin takes a deep breath, but manages to keep calm. Then we can talk about it when we're safely back home. Cameron goes quiet again. They're halfway past the lake, the body of water looking like a giant dark pit except where the moon glitters on its surface, and that's when Cameron sees something out of the corner of his eye. There's something on the road between two craters of broken asphalt. Cameron stares for several seconds, not sure if he's seeing what he thinks he's seeing. He waits for Devin to say something, to wonder what the hell that is in front of them. But he says nothing, almost like he doesn't see it. Yet, there it is, right in front of them. And it's right where Devin is about to go, and the bear isn't stopping. Cameron manages to jerk himself out of his stunned daze.
Oh my god! Dev, look!
Huh? Dev finally looks at Cameron, and his eyes off the road, and still the Jeep moves forward.
Stop!
Why isn't he stopping? The coyote does the first thing that comes to his mind. Time slows down. It's just like what happens back in high school, right before he got hit by a car while skateboarding. He has more time to react now than he did then, though, and he slides his arm out under his seatbelt to get free and reaches across the center console. He grabs the wheel, and even though Dev is starting to brake, it's not fast enough, and they're less than 20 feet away from hitting it. The coyote doesn't even think, acting on pure instinct. Cameron turns the wheel to the right hard. Devin can't comprehend what Cameron's doing before they hit something, and the jolt is far worse than any pothole he'd hit on the road. Devin is thrown into his seatbelt. In the back of his mind, he's aware that Cameron is half out of his own seatbelt. Driven by what feels like pure reflex, Devin throws his arm across the coyote in an attempt to hold him back. Cameron's muzzle meets the bear's thick arm until his forearm smacks into the screen of the head unit. A numbing, tingling feeling explodes across his entire arm. Oh, fuck! Dev brings his arm up to his chest, crailing it as he winces.
Are you alright?
Cameron's breathless voice next to him is enough to reassure Dev that the coyote isn't seriously injured. The airbags hadn't even deployed, even though the impact had felt serious. Yeah, my funny bone. What about you? Let me see your face. Dev tries to grab Cameron's muzzle to have a closer look at him. It's hard to see with the only glow of the Jeep's headlights, now dimmed from the swirling dust kicked up by the accident. But Cameron pulls away, opening his door to get out. Cameron, what? The coyote yelps as he seems to lose his footing immediately and falls hard. Cam! Dev unbuckles his seatbelt and almost tries to climb out Cameron's side of the Jeep. Then, realizing what he's doing, opens his own door to get out, almost falling himself as his feet touch uneven ground. Dust coats his mouth as he looks up the road, and immediately he can still see Echo from here. He knew this was going to happen, that something was going to prevent him from getting out. He could feel it since he started driving. He just didn't expect Cameron to be the one to do it. The Jeep is tilted forward, the front wheels wedged into a deep... Whoopsies. Accidentally right-clicked. Have a good night. Oh, the other two, I guess. Have a good night, Tails. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
See you, Tails.
The Jeep is tilted forward, the front wheels wedged into a deep trench carved out by years of flooding along the edge of the road. Dev stumbles around the back front of the Jeep, squinting against the headlights before looking down where Cameron had fallen, but he only sees blackness. Cameron! He starts to panic, seriously considering that the coyote could have fallen into a sinkhole, but then...
Over here!
Dev looks towards the road, the dust finally clearing, and sees that Cameron is already there, standing in the middle of it, looking around confused like he's lost something. What the fuck are you doing? Dev stumbles back around the Jeep, just wanting to get the coyote back inside so he doesn't go running off somewhere. The bear already suspects that Cameron's having a mental breakdown, and if they don't get the hell out of here soon, Dev thinks he might join him.
I saw someone.
Cameron, slow down. Let me see your face. It almost broke my arm.
No. I know I did.
Cameron ignores Dev's pause, and then reaching out toward him and starts walking up the road, looking back and forth. Cam. Ugh! The stress of the accident on top of seeing his boyfriend walking back toward the evil town is too much for Devin. He grabs Cameron's arm, forcing him to turn around and fully face. What the hell are you doing? Cameron flinches and raises his arms up, crossing one wrist over the other, covering his face like he thinks Devin's going to. Cameron, what? But the coyote just lowers his arms, looking around again.
I saw something. Someone. It was like a little kid sitting on the road. Didn't you see it?
Devin just wants to ask why Cameron acted like he was going to hit him, but the coyote is in such clear distress the bear isn't sure what to say. Then Cameron looks at the Jeep as if seeing what had happened for the first time.
Shit. I didn't mean to crash your car. I swear I saw someone, and I wouldn't do that on purpose.
Cameron's breaths start to become erratic, gasping for air. Honey, I'm here.
I can't. I can't breathe.
Dev wraps his arm around the coyote, even as he starts to try and pull away.
Go. I need to go.
Listen, Cameron. Breathe with me. Dev presses the side of Cameron's head to his chest and takes a deep breath. Remember? In and out. Slowly. Devin keeps his voice upbeat, his expression cheerful, the complete opposite of what he's actually feeling right now. But showing how distressed he clearly is, how distressed he is clearly isn't helping the situation. So this breathing exercise is also for his benefit. The last time they'd done this was at least a few years ago now. And just like last time, it seems to work. The coyote fighting his gasping for a minute before his breathing becomes more steady, albeit a little shaky. They breathe in unison for a few minutes, the bear stroking Cameron's head like he had only half an hour ago in the motel room. Was it really only 2 hours ago that he'd been giddy at the thought of a paranormal investigation with his psychic boyfriend? Finally, Cameron pulls away, gently.
I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. You said you thought you saw someone?
Thought I did. I didn't mean to fuck up your car, though.
Well, if you thought you saw someone, then I'm glad you did that. Well, considering how slow we were going, I'd rather the car run into dirt than run over somebody. Now, just hold still for a sec so I can check you out. You face-planted into my arm pretty hard back there. Dev gently turns Cameron towards the headlights of the still-running car, lightly running his blunt claws through the fur.
I thought it was an otter. I could see the tail and everything.
Sydney, what the fuck are you doing in this game? One of Devin's claws grazes over a small lump under Cameron's fur on the bridge of his snout, and the coyote winces. Does that hurt?
A little bit. I didn't even notice until just now.
That's probably from my elbow.
What about your arm? Are you sure it's alright?
Cameron starts doing his own check of Devin's arm. Dude, my arm is Ow! The bear yelps as Cameron prods right into a spot that is suddenly becoming very sore.
Did that really hurt that much?
Not really. Just surprised me.
Really?
Yep. See? Admitting it without pain.
Yeah, I believe you. Just be careful with it.
Cameron sighs, looking back at the Jeep.
I'm going crazy.
The relief Devin had felt after seeing Cameron returning to his usual snarky self deflates at those words. What? No, you're not. You're just... We're both on edge right now.
Well, it really did feel like I was losing my mind for a minute there. Thanks for helping me.
Of course. Now, just gotta check out the damage.
Yeah. The back wheels aren't even touching the ground.
Well, I'll have a better look. Hang tight, babe.
Alright.
Devin starts to analyze the status of his Jeep, and he can tell right away that they aren't going anywhere. Both front wheels are almost buried in the sandy trench below, and both of the back wheels are definitely off the ground, the undercarriage balanced on the road's edge. Still, Dev gets in, and after telling Cam to stand clear, very gently tries to back out. The bear winces the scraping sounds from the metal undercarriage, realizing how desperate he is to get out of here, considering how hopelessly stupid this attempt is. After realizing he's only spinning the wheels deeper into the dirt, he stops. The bear turns off the engine, sighing and pressing his head against the steering wheel. Sure, it sucked that his Jeep is probably fucked up now, but he could easily afford another one. More than anything, he just wanted to be out of Echo. He thinks back to how strange it was that Cameron immediately tried to convince him that he didn't do it on purpose. Devin didn't need to be convinced because he hadn't even considered that was the case, but because of how he brought it up. Devin quickly shuts that down, deciding that now isn't the time for shitty thoughts like that. Finally, the bear gets out, fixing a smile on his face again so Cameron won't feel so bad. Alright, so... Cameron. Dev looks around, and to his dismay, spots the coyote a ways up the road toward Echo again, though he's standing off to the side right next to the lake. He's looking over the edge, down at the water. Hey Cameron, you alright? The bear jogs up to the coyote, putting an arm around him. You alright? Cameron finally turns to look at the bear.
Yeah.
Stay next to me, alright? I want you to be close after everything that's happened.
I was just trying to stay out of the way.
Are you looking for something? Dev looks over the edge of the murky water below. Almost immediately after, the bear instinctively pulls back, taking Cameron with him.
Yeah. Just thought that because otters are good swimmers, that maybe.
Cameron lets out a fake laugh.
Sorry, I'm crazy. Don't mind me.
Come on, don't do that. Cameron goes quiet. Seeing just how unhappy Cameron is, the bear takes a deep breath, deciding to tell him. Back in the early 2000s, an otter kid drowned in this lake. I wonder if maybe that's who you saw.
Really?
Yeah, along with a few dozen other people over the last 70 years. I have a list for the lake and other places we were going to go.
So, you're saying I saw that because I'm psychic? You don't seem very thrilled with that idea.
I'm not thrilled with any of this anymore. It only reminds Dev that Cameron could see anything terrible. It only reminds Dev that Cameron could see anything, terrible things, and that could lead to more mental anguish for his boyfriend. Anyway, we are stuck pretty badly.
What do we do?
Don't worry, we got options. We'd want to get to the highway, but it's a bit of a walk, I think about 4 or 5 miles. That might be a bit too much with it being dark and on a half-destroyed road. I think we should try to get a little bit of sleep, then start walking at dawn. We'll have light, and if we keep up a good pace, we'll get to the highway before it gets too hot and be able to flag down help. Cameron is quiet. So, what do you think?
Remember a while back when I asked what we'd do if there was an emergency? You said that there was still cell service in parts of the town.
Did I?
Yeah, Dev. You know what I'm talking about. It makes way more sense to find cell service right next to us and call for help, rather than walk 5 miles.
I don't think it makes much sense at all, Cameron.
We were looking for trouble, Devin. I think we'll be fine as long as we're not trying to see shit.
But you just saw... It's silent for a few excruciating seconds. Ugh, I just want to get the fuck out of here and get you home. Cameron's ears twitch as Dev raises his voice, which seems to reverberate in the silence. The coyote just goes on standing there, arms crossed like they almost always were.
Yeah, psychic or not, I'm unstable. We both knew that already.
No.
But I'm not walking miles through a scorpion and rattlesnake-infested desert when our solution is right there.
Babe, please, I have a bad feeling.
Sorry, who's the psychic here? Dev. I can do this. Trust me. We're outside where nothing's haunted, and we won't be looking for anything, so I'm going.
Cameron!
I'd prefer you come with me, though.
God damn it! Devin hurries to catch up with his boyfriend, sliding his paw into Cameron's hand and gripping it tightly. Cameron has a look on his face like he's a bit pleased with himself, and Devin can't quite figure out why. It's like the coyote thinks he's winning some kind of game, and Devin has to grit his teeth so he doesn't start an argument all over again. Just an hour ago, Cameron was sobbing after seeing and hearing terrible things. Now he's walking back in the same direction like it's nothing. Maybe the coyote is more resilient than the bear had always thought. And maybe the bear is finding out how not resilient he himself is. His stomach growls loudly, and when Cameron jokingly asks if he's hungry, Devin lies and says yes. In reality, it's from anxiety, something he isn't used to feeling all that often. The bear only finds comfort in gripping Cameron's paw even tighter and promising himself that he won't let anything else bad happen to them. Think for the stretch and the hydrate.
Rats.
Oh, this is gonna take a bit to resolve. Hold up a moment.
Bumper 15, Burger
Oh my
Big Boot
God.
Betis. B
I'm gonna take this opportunity to actually go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Burger B's bum once boot bungus. But B's BT burns but
Lost
Bart
attempt
bites
to use
be
this opportunity to get more
bot
water.
Be channel uploaded be boto anonymously.
Everyone
be
leaves.
bokeh
No one is here to
biscuit
entertain
BNB
chat.
plastic bin
Oh, what?
BF Betis.
Are we gonna get to the point where we say the new character, or I don't think we.
I think that might be next stream
Okay.
because the new character was in update 3.
Oh.
Because I was thinking through that too. I'm trying to remember, like, when I did this, who was in what update and what happened. You know.
Yeah.
God damn, Cam Endeavor, just great.
They are.
Alright, I've
I
returned.
love them.
I hate this Welsh accent. It's too good. Literally sounds like my neighbor.
Also, like, it's crazy to think that, because, like, that was Sydney, right?
Oh,
That-
for
that
sure.
Mhm.
1,000%.
definitely was Sydney. But, like, Sydney was such a big deal last game. Like, everything surrounding Sydney was, like, everything in that game. But, like, it's just one of the many people that have died in that lake. Like, Sydney is just, like, just one of the 70 people that have died in this lake to Dev. Not like this big important character like he was to all of the people in Echo.
Wonderful view of the blood-stained lake. Are you happy? Oh, God. I was not expecting for us to go from fucking 0 to 100 to bear hanging to fucking... Jesus Christ, this mission novel does not fucking care. Oh,
You see what
Exactly.
you see what we mean?
yep.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Some funky beat going on. I wonder when were there would be a visual novel about emotional abuse so vivid I'm in tears.
I mean, I hope not.
I'm about to feel emotional abuse. I just looked at Steam's free-to-play games for a quick second, and then immediately turned it off.
What's on there? Amorous?
No, worse.
Alright, not me checking Steam's free-to-play games.
No.
I'm looking. You can't stop me. Free-to-play games.
I was just curious. It was just free games. I scrolled all the way down and just saw.
Free-to-play.
Where do I even find a free to play?
Scroll all the way down. Crisp is still going. Okay, there we go.
Not.
I'm not seeing it. Oh, I think I see it.
Does it start with the word letter F?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that. And I immediately turned it off.
Where even? How do I?
Go to the store, scroll down, go to where it says free games.
It has the initials FH.
Special offers.
Why? But also, I guess I can't be too surprised.
FH?
Okay, we saw different games then.
Did we?
Probably. Oh my god, I saw that. saw an FG one.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Okay.
Zero Wolf, that's the one I saw.
Not me. Okay, which one's the FG? That's FGS. Where's FG?
No, it's 2 words, F, and then the other word's G.
Free games. There we go.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
FG
okay.
stands for. Free games.
No. Oh, mustache man. No.
I'm not seeing it.
I'll show you after stream.
Okay, fair enough. I found it. Oh no. Okay, just
Don't want to say it on stream.
text
the
it.
sake of-
Send it to me over Telegram.
Okay.
Chat already knows apparently.
There.
Oh God.
Mars, did you find it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you too.
Oh, yep, no, found it. That's mhm.
Oh God.
Mhm.
No, I didn't see that one.
I didn't see that one either. Steam is a fucking
Exactly.
cesspit. No one is surprised.
I'm never looking at Steam's free games ever again. I only trust Epic Games Store now.
Cameron presses up tightly against Devin's side, breathing in the comforting scent of his cologne. Yeah, the cologne, and not the bear sweat that was mentioned at the beginning of at the beginning of the seance thing.
Devin confirmed not stinky.
Not stinky.
Devin confirm uses Huff Aromas.
Don't give them an idea. They would do arches like Huff Aromas.
Yes.
They would only have like
They
3
would.
options, wouldn't they? They would have.
Oh, chill. You're forgetting the 4th character.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they would definitely like
And
3.
knowing Huff Aromas,
Yeah, they would.
I would have
They
sneezed.
really, really would do that.
I would sneeze.
And someone would fucking buy it for me. I'd be like, God damn it.
I've sneezed.
Bless you.
Listen.
Excuse me, I said bless you.
Yes. But also.
Excuse me? Are you just gonna be rude?
Oh, thank you. Okay.
There we go. Jesus
God,
Christ.
well,
it took you
jeez,
so
good
long.
goddamn. Okay, fine. Fuck
God
it.
damn
Well, I ain't
it,
getting the goddamn
Leo!
sass out.
What the hell are you doing?
Okay, well, okay, fine. Your goggles
Leo,
look whack.
Leo,
Your
Leo,
pennant looks stupid as
Leo.
fuck.
God damn it! God damn it!
No drip
God
whatsoever.
damn it!
No drip,
God damn
no
it.
drip, head ass.
Don't you lecture me with your $30 haircut.
wow, Stark, you can turn into anything, but you
you
decided to
turn
become a
into a
dripless
bitch.
hack.
Oh, wait, no, I
Dripless.
have the sound effect for this. Don't you lecture me with that $30 haircut. Bonk.
It's such a dripless hat.
Oh, wait, no, I actually
ma-
I have the
no
fucking
matter-
Taco Bell bong. I could have just done the, don't you lecture me with your $30 haircut.
No matter what Stark can turn into, their drip will never get better.
Dripless.
They only know how to wear a lab coat.
That's it.
I also have this sound effect, which is useful.
Run.
Oh my god, not the fucking. I had to listen to hear what that was.
I need to use my fucking sound effects library more. I also have,
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
that's, I love that fucking bit from, oh,
I'm just such a still piece of garbage.
hello,
bit,
thank you for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage. Bill Wirtz, that's it.
That's just Starkey.
I am, in fact, a piece of garbage.
Oh no, that's your mood.
Listen, the clip of me just staring at Bear is now on the internet. I can't pretend to be
Better be
anything else.
Better be a fucking TikTok, I swear to God. You're just staring. Actually, no, you can't have titties on
Bazongas.
unless you censor them.
The Hunka Bankaloos. Massive. Bonhanaga Hoogs.
Okay, if you go through the entire video again, I swear to God.
I'm trying to. Cam's show of confidence has mostly diminished at this point, especially as they're passing the motel.
Sanko. Sorry.
The coyote has to remind himself why it is that he insisted on doing this when Dev had offered a perfectly reasonable, if slightly exhausting, alternative. Oh. Oh my god, Silicon Bunny, you memorized that quote. Being exhausted is preferable to PTSD, but Cameron could sense the bear beginning to treat him in a way that he didn't like, talking to him like he was fragile, like the slightest touch could tip him over when he'd shatter on the asphalt. He wanted to prove that he can deal with this. Which is why he has to smirk at himself right now, because he definitely wouldn't have made it this far if Dev weren't by his side. Right now, the bear has a steely grip on Cameron's paw, making it clear he isn't letting go. Meanwhile, their free paws hold their phones, checking every now and then for a signal. Anything yet?
No. Why don't we get signal at the same time anyway?
Well, I assume I'll get it first.
Oh, because mine's not an android.
Yep.
If only I had the brain of an engineer to figure out how to work one. Actually, maybe I should turn mine off and let you search for a signal. We should keep some battery life in one of our phones just in case.
Can we take a moment to appreciate Delos just saying fragile uwu?
Oh my god. That's just Delos' dream partner. Someone that's
Yes.
fragile.
I'm beginning to think that Delos likes the idea of snapping someone in half lengthwise like a Kit Kat bar.
Oh god.
That's literally what Delos wants.
I couldn't find the
have
game.
you seen Delos Marsh?
Nope.
Can someone
Oh my
please tell me
God,
what it's
one
called?
second.
Look up Arch's visual novel and it'll be on itch.io. So Dwiz. Me, pick me. Oh my god. Oh.
Here, Marsh, look at Telegram. This is Delos.
Where's that? Oh, okay.
Or a lion with no tail.
Why?
They think it. What was it? What was the reason again behind no tail?
I just
It's like no capes.
have a tail.
No capes.
Have a tail. Add a tail.
If lions had bushier tails, I would be right there with you. But like lion tails are basically just like leather flogging devices attached to a cat.
Tail only gets in the way. It's perfect for grabbing and getting leverage.
Hot. Oh my god. You know what? I shouldn't be giving chat ideas.
Oh my god, Delos.
I can't believe the furry racism is continuing. The tradition of furry racism that apparently started in Marsh's stream and has now become a feature of mine continues.
I mean, those were just slurs.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. Your battery would probably die before we found service anyway. Devin!
Oh my god.
You dipshit! Please fucking stop. You're making things worse for yourself by pissing off. Oh, Devin. Oh. I'm beginning to think that Devin might not be a himbo because he might fail the other criteria. He's just kind of a just kind of a dick sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Starkey!
Okay, that's what you mean. He is dumb of ass, but he's not quite heart of gold.
Like,
Starkey, you act like that relationships don't do this.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's
He
basically
means
just
well,
iPhones versus Androids.
he means well, but he's just kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think that's like, you know,
A lot of our friends.
because it's like heart of gold. I think also kind of comes with the implicit like is able to communicate, which unfortunately Devin is not able to do. For example, hey Devin, when are you gonna fucking tell him? When are you gonna tell Cameron that you had a really uneasy feeling back at the fucking bullshit room where he attacked you? Gonna talk about that? Gonna have that conversation? No. I love them still, but also, god damn it, you too. This is grabs all of the STEM majors out there. This is why humanities are important. You fuckers need to be able to communicate with people. Cameron turns his phone off while Dev looks on. I wouldn't worry too much about it, though. It's not like we're lost in the woods or something. And I let, like, 3 people know where we're going. We're gonna be fine no matter what, babe.
Famous last words, if I've ever heard them. Right up there with, here goes nothing, and I think I took too much.
Took too much. Yeah, right. Our last words are gonna be, holy shit, we lived to 100.
I'm pretty sure I already screwed my chances at that with all the drugs I did. Along with eating fudge cakes for lunch whenever I'm at work.
How the fuck are you this slim?
Listen, for some people, they just don't gain anything when they eat food. Me being one of them, sadly.
Famous last words, I can take it.
Oh my god.
Oh, seriously, Cam?
Hey, it's in the vending machine right next to my cubicle.
Okay, so Dev likes Twinks. We learn. Well, we're changing that as soon as we get back. Excuse me! Fucking look at him. He needs the weight. I am slim. That's fair.
How are you gonna do that, aside from stalking me at work?
I'll make your lunch. They're gonna have us start working from home on Monday, remember? I'll have plenty of time.
Hey, Starkey, did you ever notice? Oh, sorry.
What were we gonna say?
Did you ever notice when Dev said that they're closing stuff down soon? What that meant?
Oh, is this COVID?
Yeah, this is
Yep.
Everything's closing down because this takes place like March, I think it is.
Yeah, March. This happens in March of 2020.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see
The
if you
story was
noticed that.
always set to take place in 2020. It just so happens that real life events in 2020
Also,
happened
fucking
too,
went off the rail.
and so they're like, let's just
Yeah.
put a loot.
Let's just not. Let's hold back releasing this game for a little bit. Just a little bit.
They were. This game was supposed to be released in like 2018, and they kept pushing it back.
4 years delayed. Oh my god. It's a Mori all over again.
Because every time they delay it, they change the date of like when this takes place.
Ah, fair.
Why do you think in Leo's route it takes place only 2 years after the events of Echo?
Hell, I'd be surprised if they don't start making you work from home soon. We'll be like coworkers.
Ha, fat chance. They don't give a shit about our health there.
Oh,
Well,
boy. I'm sorry.
you know, Cameron definitely is the one of the two that has all the common sense. Because that is the most precious. You know what? Fucking Cameron. The jury's still out on one of theirs. He's a psychic. He can clearly see the fucking. He can clearly see the future. Oh my god, Drift King, fat.
Oh my.
Well, we'll see. Either way, you'll be living to 110, so you'll have plenty of time to think up your famous last words. Cameron has to wonder if their meandering conversation is purposeful on Dev's part, if only to distract him from what's across the road. Either way, the coyote is thankful for it.
Only if you make it there with me.
These two are so fucking cute. Oh my god. I love them. They're dumb and they can't communicate, but I love them.
It's like a real relationship. No kidding. I'm sorry.
Famous last words like the MCR song.
Oh my god.
I'm
No.
I'm unfamiliar with this particular MCR song. Also, I think I need to decrease my sensitivity for talking a little bit. There we go. About 15 minutes later, Cameron starts to become a bit more agitated. They're on a dirt road at this point, and every now and then they walk past crumbling structures of what used to be houses and trailers.
You think the cell service stopped working since you read about it?
I don't know. I said it's pretty sporadic.
Who said this exactly?
The paranormal forum peeps.
I hope they're trustworthy.
They are, or at least they have no reason to lie.
I think the paranormal gives people incentive to lie, especially if they're not gifted.
Sure, but we're talking about cell phone service, not ghosts.
Could also be a scheme by these crazy locals to lure their victims into town.
You're joking, but I know you're still worried about that, so I'll just point out that it's highly unlikely, because that would leave too much of a paper trail.
I'm not that worried. Especially now that we've made it this far and nothing.
Oh shit!
What?
Damn it, I just had a bar for a split second. The bear waves the phone around over his head, spinning in a slow circle.
What the hell, Dev? You scared me!
Sorry, babe. Anyway, I think it came from this direction. Dev indicates a rather large grouping of trees off the side of the road that forms a bit of a miniature forest.
Of course. Why does it have to be the creepiest thing in sight?
You want to hang back while I check it out?
No.
Is that a question? Cameron doesn't respond, instead sliding his paw into the one Dev's offering, and they start to make their way through the sagebrush.
Oh god, imagine all the ticks we're picking up.
Don't worry, babe. I'll comb through all your fur when we get out of here. Want me to carry you?
I'm fine.
Alright, just don't think about the tarantulas and scorpions.
You suck so much ass!
Only if you ask for it, honey.
Oh my god.
To be fair, the actual line is so much better.
Yeah.
Your ass is the only ass I eat. Dev grunts in a heavy bearish way as Cameron wraps his arm around his neck and lifts his feet off the ground, forcing Dev to bridle carry him. Welcome on in, JK Libra. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Chuckling, Dev carefully makes his way through the rough terrain while the coyote awkwardly keeps his feet lifted high so they don't brush the sage. Dev finally lowers the coyote near the edge of the forest, and they stand there looking into the blackness. Cameron can only see the branches outlined against the moonlight, but otherwise it's almost like looking into a void. The feeling of emptiness is emphasized by the suddenly quiet desert around them. So I've got like one bar. Data isn't working.
Oh, it's the thing that is the. Oh, hey, look! It's the thing that Echo Project stole from Liam. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
What?
being in a forest.
No, the effect of on the sprites.
Oh, interesting.
If they were here, they'd go into much detail about that.
Okay.
But, and if who else? Who else? Fuck, Telbat. If Telbat was here too. But I don't know about that.
Artists.
I'll tell you later.
What's that saying? Good artists make, great artists steal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trees should make it harder to get a signal. Can you make a call?
Well, I can't open my insurance app, so I don't know what the preferred towing companies are. And I'm sort of just realizing that most probably wouldn't come out here anyway, since Flake Road doesn't technically exist anymore.
Flake Road?
Something like that.
I'm sure it's not that. So we're not getting towed out, and you don't even know the name of the road we crashed on? Are you saying we're stuck here? Like, really stuck?
Well, my Jeep probably is, not us. The highway is still within walking distance, remember?
I'm such an idiot. I can't believe I got us in this mess.
Hey, I don't give a shit about my Jeep. Besides, I just got an idea. Dev taps on his phone for a few times, then puts it up to his ear, but only for a few seconds before he scowls.
What?
Call dropped, but it rang for a sec.
We are so dead. I've killed us.
Oh, stop it, honey. I'll try texting.
Who are you texting?
An old friend of ours.
Who?
Damn it, I swear the bar keeps disappearing every time I try to send. I'll try some different angles. Dev is hunched over his phone, tapping away. Cameron just sighs, letting Dev do whatever it is he's doing. Despite the bear's attempts to placate him, the coyote knows that they both know that this is his fault. This is...
Wait, why don't you just tell me what a stupid idiot piece of shit I am?
Cameron doesn't want to admit it, even in his mind, but one thing he liked about Dylan was that he didn't sugarcoat things for the coyote. He'd tell him when he was an idiot, either with words or fists. Is that Welsh?
DW on Corwada, main NHW
It did say that they were
feels in.
Welsh.
Well, apparently Crisp wasn't able to interpret it. Sure is. Crisp had DWI. Was that? Dwin Karuadar Main Belish Aun. I love birds, they're very sweet. Aw. I don't know how to pronounce the third to last word. I'm looking at them like that's there are no consonants there. Or vowels. There's no vowels. The coyote turns his attention back to the forest, staring into the dark. Dev doesn't know anything about him, and Dylan and Cameron sure as hell isn't ever going to tell him. Especially that sometimes he was the one to swing first. He always lost, but the few hits he'd land always felt worth it.
That would be a real treat for you, Dev. Not only is your boyfriend crazy, he's violent too. Does he even know you at all?
A chill goes up Cameron's spine. That didn't feel like his own thoughts, even though it came from inside his head. Oh, it's pronounced noon. Interesting. Cameron moves closer to Devin, rubbing his arms. Oh, just send, damn it.
Devin.
Just a sec, hon. A few already went through, just gotta confirm some things with him. The void seems to get bigger, and even though he wants to look away, Cameron can't. He knows he's sensing again, even though he isn't meaning to.
Red flags have shown themselves.
Oh, look! All the red flags in the forest.
And they're glowing.
I don't know what it was. That's what really bothers me about it. I think I could handle something like a ghost, but not something like that. So it was just... Oh shit, this isn't even him.
This is someone else.
So it was just me and my wife taking a walk through an old forest like he always did, and then, I don't know, I just got this weird feeling and everything went real quiet. Then this voice started, a man's voice, but it was kind of eerie, like it wasn't real. Hard to explain, but it was kind of like an electric thing. A machine. It started yelling at us in this sort of playful way, like it was making fun of us or taunting us. Said things like, "The devil walks beside you and I'm taking you to hell," weird crap like that. It was coming from the tops of the trees, and you could kind of hear it go up and down and come closer, like it was swinging through the branches. And yeah, it scared us because it didn't make sense. The voice, where it was coming from, what it was saying, none of it made sense, and that's the scary part. So we ran, and then it said some nasty things about my wife, so I picked her up and ran as fast as I could. Later, she told me she saw it over my shoulder in the trees. Had a hard time explaining it, which I understand because I can't explain it at all, but she said it was a shadow. A shadow person that was moving through the branches. She said light bent in a weird way around its body, like it was encased in a glass globe or something. She hasn't said much else about it. She doesn't like talking about it, and neither do I. I'm only telling you because I feel like needs to be a record of it somewhere. Just feels wrong to go out of this life without, I don't know, letting people know that unexplainable stuff happens to a lot of people, and I hope we figure out why. And this might not be important, but I had dreams afterwards where I'd be in that forest and this shadow creature would come prowling out into the open. And then sounds would come from where its mouth would be. I'd hear a young man screaming for help, all distorted like it was recorded on a tape, and then there'd be this high-pitched laughter.
Shit!
Ah!
Did you hear that?
That laugh? Yeah, it sounded like a drunk dude kind of far away. You screaming is what made me scream.
It was like a cackle, like a cartoon witch or something. It was right next to us. I've heard it before.
Well, I wouldn't say it was like a witch. It was kind of high pitched, I guess, but again, it was pretty distant.
I think we should go.
Why? I think it's just like a drunk hick or something. I'm almost done messaging Artie. Something bangs like a screen door swinging closed and not very far away.
Who's that squealing? That you, Duke? Gotta be a 12 gauge right here that'll make you squeal twice as loud if you're snooping around my property again.
Dev's voice drops to a whisper. Holy shit. Then, before Cam can fully absorb what's exactly what's happening, Dev is pulling him along, running full tilt through the sagebrush toward the road and back toward Lake Emma.
It do be him.
Do you think this is a good place to stop, or should we go one more scene?
I think that could be a good place to stop.
A hint at the Brian without seeing the guy.
Ugh.
There we go. There's the save. All right. Marsh, shout yourself out and also look for whomst we shall be raiding into.
Hello. My name is Marshall Bears. I'm a variety streamer, a member of Brick Trail. And yeah, I play visual novels and stuff on my streams too. So if you guys like that, you can come check us out. But yeah.
Okay. So
like 5 of Marsh's friends are alive.
okay, let me go ahead and get the.
We have a lot of people to raid.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn, that was loud. That was a fucking jump scare.
See a Tug, King Lee, a Kabu, a Cider, an Outcast. Also a Stripey and Chiba. I think Nady is Nady? Oh, they're not.
Nady shouldn't be.
And they're not.
Raid message.
We could go to. I know Cider's doing Super Mario Sunshine. No, Mario Sunshine.
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario, yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and I think the raid message is going to be Arch's time. Because any other raid message is probably too much. So we're raiding into Cider Martin.
Yep.
Well, let me go ahead and pull up his stream. So that way I can make sure I'm not behind ads. I need to actually get the sub to Cider Martin at some point. Wonder why the creator of Arches couldn't get a female to laugh maniacally. Oh shoot, that's right. This is the thing. like a proper recording. That's fair. Okay, let me go ahead and start the raid in Cider Martin. Anyways, for those of you who are joining us
Y'all
tonight,
know all. I'm sorry. Go
sorry,
ahead.
no, okay. So for those of you who joined us tonight, I'm Starky Morph, Big Gay Curly Unit, variety streamer, live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. EST. Every Tuesdays are my visual novels nights with Marsh. So tomorrow we'll probably be back to video games. I'll probably be going back to Elden Ring. So we'll pick up back there after killing the dragon. Thanks for the stream. Well, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. It means the world that, you know, I can just hang out with friends and have a good time and people show up and watch us. So it's always meaningful and sweet for me to be able to know that, you know, people like the content that much. Anyways, I have a YouTube if you like to catch up with the VODs, which I will probably be, I'll be honest with you, Thursday is going to be kind of a mega upload day. So if you do subscribe on YouTube, expect a lot of VODs to come through then. I have a TikTok, which I post short videos to. Oh, I fucked up. Probably done for the year, but there will be a lot more coming next year. So feel free to give me a follow just in case if you'd like to stay up to date with the stream, including, you know, all the videos. And I have a Discord if you'd like to hop in there to say hello to Sweet Beans and see the cursed content that those Sweet Beans post. Yeah, including the people who are on the stream who, you know, Marsh also has a Discord of his own. So if you'd like to keep up with Marsh specifically, that's the place to be. But yeah. Go send Cider all of our love. Cider's a super sweet bean. Unfortunately, we couldn't make a stream tonight because we had plans already. But yeah, go send Cider our love. Bye, everyone. Bye.